Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, are you ready? It's finale weekend, ladies and gentlemen, and that means for one last ride, our amateur division is going to put on a Saturday night show for us. So I hope everybody is ready, because this one's going to be full of action, ladies and gentlemen. We're in Tokyo, all the way in Japan, and we're going to rip up the streets of the city of Tokyo tonight. Mercedes GT3 2016 version, and boy, the grid is looking full. This is going to be exciting, ladies and gentlemen. It's championship weekend. We crown our champions. It doesn't get any better than this. It's what we've all been watching all season long and waiting for. Who's your favorite driver in our amateur division? Let me know in the comments below. We have a poll up on Facebook. Please do answer it. Please let us know what you think. We'd appreciate that. And welcome in. Flat Out Racing North America presents Round 10, Amateur Live, Tokyo Expressway, clockwise. So, sponsored here, GTR Simulators and Apex Racing Team. Broadcasting team is GT45 Gaming and No Lander Gaming. And of course, our graphics provided by High Pre Graphics, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get through the standings. Let's get down to business. Let's break things down, shall we? All right, Egon, I see you, my man, coming in with that love and that thumbs up on the stream. Hope you and your missus are doing fantastic, my friend. So, it is Apex Racing's Heathen, title sponsor driver, leading the way here in the amateurs, 164 points. Mr. Smurf sitting right there in second, 134 points, 30-point difference between our first and our second place driver. RWB Petey in third place, 123 points. A little bit of a gap there. Anything can happen tonight. K Record in fourth place with 122 points, so 1 point behind Petey. Just off that podium here for the final. Merch in fifth place with 99 points. Koke in sixth with 81. Got Corn Dog sitting in seventh, 76 points. Ben Blaker in eighth with 70. Rick James in ninth with 69 points, just 1 point behind Blaker here. Chip Reese in 10th with 59 points. Stangman in 11th with 47. And Jay Salinari rounding out with 12. Our subs for the series: Divine Motors with 8. Bear Chaos with 6. Yes Gamer and Dazzy with 0. Unable to make any races this season. So, as we can see in the standings, big lead here for Apex Racing's Heathen. Is that a cushion? Can he just have a bad race that's okay tonight? No. Why, you ask? Drop rounds, ladies and gentlemen. There's 2 drop rounds in the series. They haven't been factored into these standings. It will not be done till the end of the season. So that 30-point leeway that we see up from Apex Racing's Heathen could very well be a whole different story when you factor in 2 rounds to be dropped still. Drivers got to be very careful about which rounds they're going to drop, ladies and gentlemen, because if you drop a round with a fastest lap point or a pole position, you will lose that bonus point as well. So the rounds that these drivers opt to lose are going to be very important in their decision and where they settle in the standings. How are we going to find out, ladies and gentlemen, you all ask? Well, we're going to have to go live and make live announcements, I think, for everybody. How does that sound? Let us know in the comments below. But it's AM night. It's live. And we're here with GT45 Gaming on the Facebook and YouTube. And, of course, Flat Out Racing North America's YouTube. Welcome in everybody over there as well. I hope we are ready, because it's going to be a good one. The amateurs have never let us down with such great racing. They've just always been on point. The action's been tight. It's been close all season long. And it's always been a great way to start our season, or to start our race weekend off here at Flat Out Racing North America. So, let's break it down. Details. 5 minutes to go here, ladies and gentlemen, before we kick off qualifying. Details for the race: 2 times tire, 3 times fuel here, ladies and gentlemen, for the amateur division. Damage is on light, so a little bit of contact with the wall is not going to kill him here, but it's definitely going to hurt. 30 seconds it costs per piece of damage that you collect to get rid of that damage. So for 30 seconds, you'll be driving it at a disadvantage compared to the rest of the field, chasing, and of course in front of you, if that is the case. Strategies: did a little bit of testing myself here today with this Mercedes just to get an idea on what we can expect to see here. This is a very fast-flowing racetrack. There's not a whole lot of slow points on this racetrack. Very rarely are you out of fourth gear on this racetrack, with the exception of maybe one spot, I think, total in the whole race. So it is going to be a fast-flowing racetrack, which means these cars are going to be at the top end of their high gears at all times, or a lot of the time, which means they're going to be sucking fuel back. One-stop strategy is possible. A little bit of fuel conservation, some consistency, staying out of trouble is what it's going to take to pull the one-stop off, and it is going to have to be 13 on mediums and 12 on softs. It's the only way it's going to work. We're probably going to see plenty of two-stop strategies. We're going to see a soft, medium, and a soft stint, most likely for most of our drivers, but it's hard to say. That's just my educated opinion based off testing I did a little bit later, earlier this afternoon here with the guys on track, and these guys are flying. They're definitely putting in some good times here, so it's going to be a fun race. Let's go. He's in shutout, baby. He says, baby, look at that. Apex into house all the way from Daytona Raceway, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're having a blast, my dude. We're not going to quite flip you over just yet, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to tease you just for another minute or two. But boy, I got to tell you, some of these guys are looking awfully quick out here today. From what I'm seeing so far with times, this is going to be a spicy race. Dirty air is definitely going to be a factor here. These cars nose to tail through a tight racetrack with no runoff and walls to slow you down, cause damage to your race car. It's going to be a tough race. Dirty air is a factor. You're going to have to be very aware where you are on the racetrack and where that next braking point is. And you're going to have to be prepared to start slowing down a little bit before your competitor ahead of you to make sure you don't make contact, make sure you don't go wide, make sure you don't push your competitor wide. It's going to be a very tough race today. These drivers are going to have to use 110% concentration and focus to not make an incident out of anything that is just normal on a racetrack. So Rubbins' racing is going to be very difficult here. A little bit of contact could push the driver into the wall. These guys really do need to keep it right and tight. Corner one, going to be quite interesting. These cars are going to be almost full speed coming into turn one at the start of this race off that grid. And it's a spicy set of corners. It's a very hard double set of right-handers. And you get it wrong, you're eating wall. So there's a lot of things that could go wrong very early on in this race for these drivers, and they're out there working. Let me tell you right now, these drivers are out there working. It's going to be interesting to see what's happening here. We got CB Mag going, let's go on, boys, light it up out there for the finale. Absolutely, we got 13 on track, ladies and gentlemen. That is expected to be what is expected to be here tonight for check-ins. We could have a couple of guys pop in that forgot to check in. Sometimes that happens. So we do have 13 of our AMs in the race here today. That's fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. That is what we love to see. So it's almost qualifying time. Let's flip you over. Let's quit teasing y'all, shall we? All right, let's take a look at who's on track. We have James from Stealth Racing here leading the way. Fastest guy in practice right now, but he's only got 800ths over Ben Blaker. Second fastest on track currently. And driving for the ICE Sports organization, we have Stagman here for Team Hypre. Currently third fastest in practice right now. Mr. Smurf chasing Heathen down in the championship here in second place. He's had strong season, Mr. Smurf has, for VPR Racing. Ooh, and he's Corn Dog jumping up ahead of these guys. So we got Corn Dog on track here as well. And he's been looking real solid at the end of the season. We got Merch. Mr. Merch. We've got Petey. Now, he's not RWB anymore. I'm not sure who he is anymore. He may be independent still. He might be Flying Fox. I'm not 100% sure. But he's rocking and rolling. We got Perea here from OBR. This driver's been cruising all season long. This is going to be a tough racetrack. I don't know what to expect here tonight. We got OBR Andres, his teammate, here as well. And this is the only slow part of this racetrack is where Andres is coming through. It's a hairpin corner, and it is a hairpin. You drop it all the way down in the second gear to get around that thing. We got Rick K. Record here, sitting here in fourth place overall in the standings. We got Chip Reese. We've got Apex Racing's Heathen, our championship points leader. He's not out there showing any cards. And we got Fence Speed on track tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Love to see it. Love to see it. But that looks like that is what the lineup is here tonight. So, I think we're going to be doing some qualifying here pretty soon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in, everybody. Hope we're doing fantastic. It is a live racing weekend here at GT45 Gaming and Flat Out Racing North America. Again, huge shout out to the sponsors of the series, GTR Simulators and Apex Racing Team. Oh, are we having some lag? Oh, no. YouTube's just being funny. Corey Turner coming in with that thumbs up. How we doing, ladies and gentlemen? We're just remaining calm right now because we know the intensity is about to ramp up here. It's qualifying time, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see who our first driver out is going to be. I think we're going to have 2 resets, though, so. And there we go. The drivers are out on track. Who's our first one? Let's find our... Oh, there it is. Oh, it is not it. It looked like it was Ben Blaker first out on track here, ladies and gentlemen. No. Ah, there it is. It's Petey. First out on track, so it is. Oh, lobby restart. We have a lobby restart coming, so it's not quite qualifying yet. And you can see the drivers here just responding to the messages right now. The crews are relaying to the drivers that everybody needs to come back off track. We have one more lobby reset, and then it'll be officially qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and the capture card's acting up again, so this is a good time for it to do it. Let's fix that, shall we? There we go. All right. So we must have a driver having an issue getting in. So we're just going to go, oh, wrong screen. Right back to the screen here for a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Send it, Heathen, says Payme. Hey, I think he's probably going to race his heart out here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, Apex Racing Heathen driving for somebody very close to his heart here throughout the remainder of the season. And boy, has he been driving, folks. He has been working very hard to try and secure this championship, and he's just really one podium away from doing so here, I think. So it's going to be close. It is going to be close. All right, everybody clear your caches. Drivers are watching. Do not forget to clear those caches. Super important. All right, doing that. And then we're just going to wait for that lobby to pop up. I hope everybody's doing fantastic. So we got a little hiccup here. That's to be expected with a new platform. Of course, we are on the GT7 platform. Now, it's been out for close to a year, but there's still definitely some issues that need to be worked out in the multiplayer side of the game. And slowly but surely, they are attending to those issues. But it does definitely make it a little bit difficult to do what we do here as far as league racing and competing goes. But we always got a plan B for our plan A. And the guys are just working on that here right now. So hope everybody's had a fantastic weekend here so far. Some of us are hanging out, chilling, watching some of the great racing that just started up there from Daytona over the last couple of days. It has been the Mazda MX-5 series over there at IMSA at Daytona. Those were a couple of pretty seriously fun races to watch, especially race 1, ladies and gentlemen. It was a doozy. And of course, the Daytona 24-hour going on now as we speak, ladies and gentlemen. Started a few hours ago, so it is definitely going to get spicy this weekend, racing all over the world. Race season has officially started in real life, and boy, are we excited here for that. We love the IMSA racing here in North America. All right, so we back. We're just gonna get our stuff set up here for you guys to see. All right, and we're gonna flip you right back over to the screen. All right, so everybody's just gonna sit tight here. We got some brake balance showing up on the screen here. That's a little different. Huh, that's weird. That MX-5 finish was fantastic. Fax Payme, fax. Stefan coming in with that thumbs up as well. That was a great finish. There was 4 cars within like 7 hundredths of a second or some crazy thing like that. It really was a great finisher in race 1. Race 2 was a pretty good race too, but it was a little more chaotic than in race 1 was. So yeah, I mean, what can we say? Hey, No Limit, High All Stealth Racing. Let's go, teammate. Hey, let's go, James. Let's go, racers. Good luck, James. You got this. Gary, his teammate Weeg from Pro-Am 2 division as well, up in the house here, cheering his boy on. We love to see it, ladies and gentlemen. We love to see it. So we're just waiting for all our drivers to come back into the lobby. I feel like one of the drivers obviously has had an issue getting in or connecting, so we have a procedure for this where we allow everybody to reset the equipment and do what they got to do to get back in, and then we'll go again. So what can we say? But hey, it's almost race time, and these boys are just building the anticipation up for you guys tonight. Maybe they're doing it on purpose. They're like, ooh, let's tease the fans a little bit, shall we? Now, from what I've seen in practice times, we're going to see some pretty quick times here from these Mercedes. And from the testing I was doing, they got a lot of time in them, especially on these settings. So I think we have almost all our drivers back here. Andres is going to go out and run another lap or two here. James is out now as well. I think this is just a little practice run here for now to make sure everybody can get on and in. So we'll hang out with these two here for a minute. We got PD up in the house now. So I think we have all our drivers in. We do have 13. Ooh, a little rub with the wall there. That's going to be hard on those tires and those rims coming around that corner. And that's a double right-hander. Oh, now we got Chips left the room. He's going to try and reset. So we're definitely having a lobby issue here right now, ladies and gentlemen. So they're just sorting that out. So we'll just hang out with the drivers while they're running some laps. Got Andres on track here right now. We got James on track, and he's been looking really good in practice, ladies and gentlemen. I was watching him for a little while we were giving you the details, and his lines are looking really good around the racetrack here. Somebody has been practicing for this finale, that is for sure. And I mean, he's sending it. Being a little tentative here right now, but he's definitely sending it. And we have PD out on track here now, and he's got a different livery on all of a sudden. So, alright, what do we got going on here? Yeah. That is one very quick paint booth, I gotta say, to get the paint changed on that car that quickly. Wow, I don't know what kind of magical crew he's got there behind the scenes, but they're hired. Contact GT45 Gaming if you're gonna paint cars that quick. Wow, that was pretty quick. Look, we're just waiting here, so I think we're gonna get it here. There we go. All right, lobby reset. I think qualifying is officially underway here now. I think. Yeah, it looks that way. So it's Stagman out first this time. Stagman's like, nah, I think I'm going to jump out in front and put down some times here. You're going to get that clean air. Now, you know, in qualifying, I think clean air is going to be really important here. Obviously, slipstream would be a little beneficial, too, because it's going to find you some extra time here. But in all honesty, these cars really don't need the help. So I think clean air is really going to be vital to a good qualifying here today. It's 10 minutes of qualifying, so 30 seconds in, ladies and gentlemen, and we are off. We have Heathen there right in behind with Mr. Smurf right in behind. So let's see how it goes here as we're with Stangman, championship points leader, just in behind in second there. And he's going to have a driver using him for slipstream here. So we got a little line of cars coming up here. And I don't know. I think I'd want to be in open air here on this track for qualifying. I don't think Stagman has the right idea. So does he. Then just break away and just go. And these guys aren't holding back. They're not warming these tires up. They're sending it now. They're just trying to get enough open space for these guys just to focus on good qualifying laps. And let's see how it goes. So we got a very diverse field of drivers here this season in our amateur division as well. So we definitely love to see that. All sorts of different countries represented here in our amateurs. And it is Stangman coming around there. Ooh, that was a juicy little spicy exit there from Stangman. And he had to downshift an extra gear there to save that car. So that might cost him a little bit of time, but we'll have to see. And here's the only real point in this track where you're really slow. And it's this hard 180-degree hairpin here leading up into the final run to the start-finish line. Now, you're seeing this a little bit differently than you're probably expecting, ladies and gentlemen. We typically see this track run counterclockwise. This is actually the clockwise direction. This is actually the forward direction of this layout. So it may look backwards to everybody, but we're actually running this track in the proper direction, and it's actually a little bit quicker. So here we go. Qualifying is officially underway. Let's jump on board with our boy Stagman here, as he is our first one out on track. So let's break down Tokyo, ladies and gentlemen. This is a tough circuit. This is all about really minimalizing your steering input. Every little turn of the steering wheel is going to cost you a mile per hour here coming up the hill. You got to watch this little kink out in the wall on the left here. You're going to let off at the 100, start braking here, go down into third gear. He's going to go down into second. I go down into third and just coast it around, punch on it as soon as the car's settled. Lift right about here, start hitting that corner, back on the throttle, follow it all the way through the corner, back up into fourth gear. This track requires an amazing amount of commitment to be quick around this racetrack. So you're going to just ride the momentum and the undulations of this racetrack. If you feel it right, you can feel it pulling the car around for you. You're going to tuck in tight to this wall. At the 75 meter board, a little tap of the brakes here. You're just going to zip it around on the throttle, hold it, hold it, hold it. You have to be courageous around this racetrack. You want to be coming out at about 140 miles an hour. There is a little bit off the pace here. You can full send it if you turn in soon enough, but you got to commit. He gets a pretty good exit there. A little lift and just roll it around on mid-apex. You're just going to put the hammer back down. You're going to roll it over. At the 75 meter board, you're on the brakes down into fourth gear. Hug this wall, back on the throttle, throw it to the right, throw it to the left, back on the throttle, little lift here, and go. So here we go, coming into this hard hairpin. You're going to come in tight to the left side of this wall. You're going to follow it around. At the 150 meter board to 100 meter board, you're on your brakes down into second gear. If you're too hot, you need to drop it down into first like Stagman does here for rotation. He's a little bit wide, that's going to hurt his time, but he does a great job of keeping it together. And around the corner here, and it's just send it. So we'll have to see how these drivers handle Tokyo as the racing conditions comes underway. That wasn't the best quality lap there from Stagman. We definitely know he can do better than that, but this is going to be a decent starting lap here from this driver. It's going to be very close to a sub 2 minute lap. And 2 minutes, 2 minute .29. Heathen's coming around. What's Heathen going to drop? Heathen's just behind. James coming through. What is James going to do? Looks like he settles in third place. Ben Blaker's in fourth. We've got Mr. Smurf in fifth. Merch is going to come through here. He's in sixth. We've got K Record coming through here. He's in seventh. Corndog in ninth. Sorry, Chip going up to P3, ladies and gentlemen. So that was a great lap from Chip Reese. Mr. Smurf's in seventh and K Record in ninth. We've got Andres in 10th. Corndog in 11th. And Perea in 12th. So a couple drivers haven't registered their laps yet, but it is Stagman currently sitting on pole position with a 2 minutes .269. These guys can get into the 159 flats for sure in this car, potentially even the 58s on medium. So we could potentially see 57s on soft tires, but I mean, that is a very fine-tuned, beautiful lap here around Tokyo clockwise east. So it is possible though. So it's Stagman currently sitting on pole position. Heathen in second. Perea is now up into P3. Chip is in fourth. James is in fifth. Blaker's in sixth. Petey's in seventh. Smurf's in eighth. Merch in ninth. Record in 10th. Andres in 11th. Corndog in 12th. So it is Stagman still holding down pole position. We're on lap 2. We're going to have roughly about 4 hot laps here, ladies and gentlemen. I can't see us getting any more than that here today. So here we go. We're going to get 4 cracks at getting the absolute best time we can in here. And let's see what these guys could do. Stagman gets a much better corner this time. That should help him gain some time from last lap right there. Nice clean exit. He's just down 7/100ths of a second to that fastest lap time. So let's stick with him here. Let's see if he can improve on that time as he comes down and around the start-finish line here. And it's about minimalizing steering input at this point. And it's going to be just off. Apex Racing's Heathen here, and he's in that slipstream of James. A little bit of a push there. So, all right, let's see how this goes. James going up into second. That puts Heathen in third. Stan Merch now taking pole position with a 2 minute flat. Plus 3 1,000s, ladies and gentlemen. Great lap there from Merch. Knocking all these boys down the list. Corndog is up into 5th place. Petey's up into 6th. Perea's down into 7th. Chip's down to 8th. Smurf is down to 9th. Ben is down into 10th. Records down to 11th. Andres is in 12th. We lost one of our drivers here. Who was it? I'm not sure. So they will probably give that driver a chance to get back into the lobby before they fire the race, and that just means that driver's probably going to start at the back of the pack, but at least that driver can still get in and get back into the race. So it is Merch now sitting in pole. Stangman, though, is going to be our first driver back around here on our third lap, and then he's going to be followed by Heathen and James. So James is currently ahead of Heathen right now, so Heathen must have made a mistake somewhere, and James has gotten around Heathen. But we'll have to see if anybody can steal that pole position now from Merch, who's currently sitting with a 2-minute flat. And I mean, it's almost a perfect 2-minute flat there. Chris coming in with that thumbs up, my guy. How you doing tonight? So let's see how it goes here. Stangman's rolling. He is purple coming up into the final sectors here. Let's see how he handles this. This is a very fast corner, and he is giving away a lot of time in this sector here right now. He's giving away a solid half-tenth right there. But this is the amateur division. These guys are still learning their absolute edges of these cars. And to see these guys in sub 2 minutes is definitely quick for the amateur division, but they do have possibility of getting into a 57 with a perfect lap. So let's see how Stangman operates. He's opting to go in tight and take it out wide. I opt to go in wide and take out a really early exit. So, but he is up on his time. So there we go. We could potentially see a first sub 2 minute time here. With Stangman being purple right now. Let's stick with him here. He's coming down the run to the start finish line, so we may see this pole position change here as he comes running through, and it's going to be a great time there, and it is a a 2-minute flat plus 1,000th, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my, these guys are really looking for that 2-minute flat time here today, I think. But Stangman by 2 1,000ths over Merch here currently. Mr. Smurf here up into third place. We've got James in fourth. We've got Heathen in fifth. Corndog in sixth. We've got Petey coming around there in seventh. We got Perea in eighth. We've got Chip. He's just coming down here now. I think he's already passed the start finish line in ninth. We got Blaker coming around here. He's in 10th. Records coming through here right now in 11th, and Andres is just coming through as well in 12th. So no changes here so far except for Stangman stealing pole position by 2 1,000ths of a second here. It doesn't matter if you win by a mile or a millimeter. A win's a win, and pole position point is important, and he is ripping right now. He is on a absolutely beauty of a lap. Let's stick with Stangman here. This is going to be the final lap for these drivers, so he is going to have to home this one in. Let's see what he's got. He was up by almost 0.3 of a second there, so let's see if somebody can break that barrier here in qualifying and get into these 59s. No sub 2, you know he's chippy about that. Oh, and there we go. Stangman is up by almost half a second, so he is in the groove. And he had a much better sector here. He really sent it this time. We are going to see a very tidy lap. We may see a sub 159 here from Stangman. He is on it. It's going to come down to this hairpin now for Stangman. And we got David Walters coming in with that thumbs up as well. Much love. Hope everybody's doing fantastic today here. And here we go. Stangman, takes a tidy corner there. Gets a great exit. This should put him up another 10th or 2 here, and it does. We're going to see a 59.5 for sure out of this driver here. He is going to be the first one to break the barrier. So Stangman looking to solidify pole position here as he crosses the line just at the end of qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. And it is going to be a blazing lap here for Stangman, and it is going to be a good one. It is a 59.4. That was a fantastic lap right there. We got Heathen coming through. What's Heathen and James got? Where's James? James not having a good lap there. What about Heathen? Not a good lap from those drivers either. James has a good lap. 159.193 from James, ladies and gentlemen. Stealing pole position from Stangman. Merch here in third place. We got PD in fourth. We've got Mr. Smurf down to fifth now. We got Apex Racing's Heathen in sixth. Chip up into seventh. Corndog in eighth. Ben Blaker in ninth. Perea in 10th. We've got Record in 11th. And OBR Andres coming around. He is going to keep it there in P12. We did have 13. We should see one more driver come back into the lobby here. But whoo, that was a tidy qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. But it is James with that pole position. I said this driver looked good tonight, and there he is. Let's go, Kells, for the den. More power, says Chris. Ooh, come on, Heathen. Let's go, Bubba. Boy, the Apex boys are really out in drones here tonight for their boy Heathen. He is on the cusp. Let's go, Kells, for the den, says Red Bull. Love it, love it. Full Rick. Ooh, Stealth Racing's got some fans up in the house. We got some Flying Fox fans. We got some Apex Racing fans. We love to see it. The draft is going to be huge here, but so is the dirty air that comes with it. Be a barn burner. You couldn't be any more correct, Chris. Coming in with that share too. Much love. Appreciate that extra support, my guy, with that share on the stream. It's gonna be a race, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, Tokyo's Tokyo. It does provide really fantastic racing, but it does provide really fantastic carnage as well. So, hey, Larry coming in. Let's go, Heathen. Bring it home, baby. Oh boy, half the Apex to the clubhouse is gonna be rowdy tonight if Heathen brings this thing home. He's a little bit off the pace here, though. We got some drivers looking real racy tonight. So our contenders are down in the mid pack, and our up and comers are up on the top here tonight. We got Pete coming in with that like and that share. Good luck, my dude. Have some fun out there. The big message for our AM drivers tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is just go out there and have some fun. Let's have some fun together as fans, as racers. Let's put on a show. Let's just have a good final, shall we? So qualifying will be over here. So they're just cooling these cars down. They're on a cool down lap here. They'll bring them into pit lane. These guys will get just a little bit of a breather to do any last minute fine tuning to their cars. And then it's race time. 25 times, ladies and gentlemen, around Tokyo east clockwise here today. We're finishing it off where we started it all off this season. We qualified on Tokyo. We're going to have our finale on Tokyo. So a full circuit around the world, back in leading to Japan, ladies and gentlemen, where it all begins for GT, the Gran Turismo franchise, and Polyphony Digital. So here we go. I mean, what else can we say? These guys will have a nice, tidy little break. So let's take a look at those times. 159, 193 for Rick James, our pole sitter. Second in right beside him is Stangman with a 59.4. Merch there with a 59.8. PD with a 2-minute 2.2. Mr. Smurf with a 2-minute 0.4. Heathen with a 2-minute 0.6. Chip with a 2-minute 0.7. Corndog with a 2-minute 0.8. Ben Blaker with a 201.087. Perea with a 201.1. Record with a 201.5. And Andres with a 202.8. And one driver did not stay connected in. Not sure who that was, so they may be allowing that driver to get back in here. I do see a 13th driver. Oh, that's me. But I'm not the driver. Oh, we may be down one. We may be down one, so we may be kicking this off at 12 here. Let's go, says Ben. Let's go, fellas. It's being fun, says Petey. Hey, let's go, says Jakey. Keep calm. You got this, Trone. Go, Merch. Don't mess up turn one, LOL. Oh, there we go. We got some fans up for Merch. We got Scott Arthur coming in with that thumbs up as well. I hope we're ready, chat, because we're about to start this finale. 25 laps. Last kick at this Mercedes for Flat Out Racing here this season, ladies and gentlemen. It's all over here for these guys tonight. And boy, I think there's going to be some parties happening after this race, let me tell you. Hey, time to clock in, Heathen. Stay focused, stay poised, and do what you do. Wow, fast qualifying times, absolutely. I did expect to see a little bit quicker, but these boys came out to fight tonight. I hope we're ready, ladies and gentlemen. Much love to our sponsors, Apex Racing Team and GTR Simulators. Much love to everybody hanging out on Facebook and the YouTube channels over there on GT45 Gaming, and of course, Flat Out Racing. We really do appreciate everybody's support. Hey, my dude Rick with pole. Go teammate on pole. Yes, good luck to my brother-in-law, Corndog, and friend Chip. There we go. Look at, we have fans all across the spectrum up in the house here tonight. That is what I'm talking about. Make sure we like and share this out, ladies and gentlemen, please. If you haven't already, it's something free to do. It helps the page grow. It helps us make Facebook and YouTube reach more people with the stream. If you love racing, you love live commentary, you love seeing these guys compete for prizes and championships and glory, don't forget to hit that follow or subscribe button. Hit the little bell and turn on all those live notifications. You'll never miss another moment of the racing action here from GT45 Gaming or Flat Out Racing. Welcome in. I'm your host, GT45 Gaming. This is family friendly, so please do let the kids come in and have some fun with us. Kick them tires, light them fires. It's time to go racing, folks. We are about to kick this finale off. Round 10, Tokyo Expressway, east clockwise loop from Flat Out Racing North America. It is our amateur division, and it starts now. Let's go. All right, engines are revving, the boys are ready. We're just waiting for those lights. And here we go. We're going to sit on board with James as we go, and he gets a great start. So our pole sitter does take off in the lead. It's going to be all about patience, all about slipstream. keeping clean air in the front end of this car and not making any mistakes. Merch going for the early move here around James. He's going to take first place from James right off the bat. Stangman going to follow him through. Is Stangman going to take a look for first place as well? No, he's going to slot in. So James dropping down to P3. We're going to see a lot of position changes here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Mr. Smurf now going ahead of James here, and this is all about the slipstream around this track here tonight. And here we go. Let's check it out through turns 1 and 2. Heathen coming in with a big move around James, and he gets the job done. Ooh, a little bit of contact there, and oh boy, we got a cluster. All the drivers managing it, a little bit of contact, a little bit touches the walls here, but it looks like everybody makes it through fairly safe and sound. Let's go check on our field here. We have a couple of drivers. Oh, we are, yeah, we're nose to tail. Fantastic. All right, so nobody had a real bad incident there, so it is Stangman in the early race lead, and we're going to get out right away and leave it up to our TV crews because we want them working hard for us here tonight. Whew, a little heart attack right there, ladies and gentlemen. I thought I hit the wrong button. Oh boy. All right, so it is Stangman in the lead, second race leader already of the night, and first lead position change. Oh, in contact with the wall. That's going to put him very slow, and he's going to have to look out. These guys are coming at speed. Petey's now going to jump into the race lead. No, he's not. Stangman's going to give him plenty of room here. He gets out there. Petey is going to grab P1, so Petey's now the race leader, third leader of the night, and second lead change already, and we're only on lap 1. Stangman in second, mistake made by him, and it's that easy here at Tokyo. Merch in third, Mr. Smurf in fourth, Record all the way up into fifth, Apex Heathen in sixth. We got Corndog in seventh, Ben Blaker in eighth, and look at these beauties coming down the racetrack. Got Andres in ninth, we've got Perea in 10th, we've got Chip in 11th, and he's coming in, and he's going to get the job done in the hairpin, and oh, he's going to grab two positions, and Mr. Smurf made a mistake there, got too tight on the inside, caught those water barriers, slowed that car right down. Chip Reese up to P9, Perea down to 10, Mr. Smurf all the way down to P11, and it's James in 12th place. Not sure what's happened to James here, but maybe playing strategy already very early on in this race, but boy oh boy, it's been juicy so far, ladies and gentlemen. Petey coming across on lap 2 with the lead. We had 3 different leaders already here. Fans of you as well, Ghost, we appreciate you guys. We appreciate you. I'm blushing. I swear to God, if you had cameras, you would see me blushing. We appreciate you, but let's keep going. It is some fantastic racing here already, ladies and gentlemen. Got this on the 65 in the living room. Let's go, Chip and Smurf bringing home the W for a season finale. Let's go, says Maniac. Welcome. Stangman in the lead, and look at this group. Stangman's taking the lead back from Petey here now, and oh, look at this. We got a move being made here by Record now as well, and he calls this one, I can't remember what he calls this one. Hold on, let me tell you. He's got a name for this livery, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll feel really, really bad if I don't say what it is, but I don't remember what it is, so bear with me. Nope, I can't remember, chat. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry. My memory's a little short. Lots thinking, lots going on in this brain here today. So, but it is now Petey chasing Stangman. Stangman looking very racy tonight, ladies and gentlemen. He is up there in first place for Team Hypre. Petey right there in second. We got Record in third, and he is now fighting off Merch. Merch is back on the prowl. Purple laps by all, second lap of the race, so they all should be faster here than their first lap. Heathen now up a spot into fifth place. Little wall contact there. Oh, and that was a tough hit right there from Apex Racing's Heathen as we see him lose a few spots. He's going to lose yet another one here, and he's got a driver coming up real hard and hot and heavy in Andre, so Andre's having to go around here, and Heathen has a little bit of work to do here, and this is going to be a spicy race. He's just got to stay calm. It's very early on in the race. There's lots of time to be made up here. We got James all the way down to the back of the pack, so not sure what happened to James there, but these guys are still motoring down the road here. 25 laps is a long time to go. Let's go, Heathen. Come on, man. Stay on it. Nebraskan for car name. Thank you, Jake. Appreciate you, brother. I was right. It's the Nebraskan. The guys are on it. The chat knows. That's what we love to see. But Stangman and Petey here now in the slip, and fastest lap on track does belong to Stangman currently, 201.202. So we're going to see that, of course, obviously change cars a few times here, but it is Petey and Stangman first and second, and they are pushing each other away. We got a 3-car group in behind with Record and Merchant. I believe Corndog there as well. You can see them all 3 wide as they're coming up the straightaway here. And then we got a group right in behind with Ben Blaker, Chip Reese, Apex is Heathen, and Andres here. Heathen just getting around Andres there, but Andres going to respond coming back into the corner here on the inside, but Heathen has the run here, and he gets a great exit out of the corner there. Now he looks like he's dialing in. That was a fantastic entry exit. Let's see if he can repeat that through this corner, and he does. So Andre's got to keep on it here to keep up with Heathen. It looks like he's locking in here. We got Perea in 10th. James now up into 11th, so he's starting to lock in Smurf down into P12. So some of our front runners struggling early on in the race here. And that's what happens when you're racing so hard, so early on Tokyo. A little bit of contact with the wall can change your race for you here, and we've seen it a couple times already. We see Petey making just a slight touch there and losing a ton of time on the race leader. So Stagman, all of a sudden, with just a small amount of breathing room here, and boy, he is starting to feel it around this racetrack, ladies and gentlemen. Stagman is looking very good. LJ coming in with that thumbs up. I hope you're doing fantastic, my guy. Petey here in second place, and he's chasing. We got Record here in third place, and he's having a good race in this car. But Merch is in tow. He's on his tail. He hasn't let him go anywhere. Ooh, Merch almost making wall contact there. Chip Reese now up into fifth place, tucked right in behind these guys. We got Corn Dog there in sixth, just in behind Chip as well. So these guys just have to keep calculating this overspeed. We got Blaker in seventh with Heathen in eighth, and Andres coming in looking for taking a look. A little bit of contact there between him and Heathen, and oh, he is going to give that spot back there. So he did make a mistake there. He didn't mean to hit him, but good job there by Andres. But that's going to allow the guys to get a run on him here now. So James up in behind. We have Perea right up in behind now here as well. So great sportsmanship there by Andres. We got Perea here in 11th place and Mr. Smurf in 12th. So this pack's still fairly close together, which we love to see, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, go, 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 Mooey Hartman, go Heathen. Stagman in the lead, though, and Petey chasing. So right now, these guys are looking real good, and Heathen sitting in 8th place. He just needs to put his head down and just pick up positions where he can, stay nice and consistent right now and not lose any time. Oh, and Petey's going deep into turn one here. He's going to get the job done on that race leader, and he's going to take the lead back from Stagman. So these two are just battling for this position right now. Both these drivers want this race win clearly in the finale, and it is game on. Petey made contact with the wall, so that's going to allow Stagman to get a run here again on Petey. Stagman continues to take fastest lap after fastest lap, and it is tough driving side by side around Tokyo here. You really got to pick your battles. Let's see where Stagman opts to do it. And this chicane definitely not the best spot, but it is a good spot to set up a run here coming into these next sets of corners, ladies and gentlemen. So let's see what happens. Stagman lost a little bit on Petey there, but it is going to be in the slip. So here we go. This is a tough little sector right here. They got to get it right. Ooh, and Stagman coming out there a little sideways, as Nolander would say, ladies and gentlemen. And here they go. It is still 1 and 2, very close together. In that slipstream is Stagman. We have Record, Merch, Corndog, Chip Reese here now dropping down that position to Corndog in 6th. And then chasing in behind these guys are Blaker, Heathen, James, moving up back up quickly here, all the way back into P9. Perea in 10th, Andres in 11th, Mr. Smurf closing in here in 12th place. So it is Petey now in the lead of this race, and what a spicy race it's been, ladies and gentlemen. You can see Stagman still there, but he's starting to get a little bit of time on Stagman now as these guys are coming down the front straightaway. You can see he's trying to break that toe right now from that driver, and Stagman's not even worried about the toe. You can see now he pulls in, but he's far enough away now. I don't think that toe is really going to make too much of a difference here for these drivers. And let's see what he does here. Just a 2-minute .8, so Stagman's still holding fastest lap currently on the racetrack as he comes around here. I didn't see the time, at 2:02 from Record. We got Merch, and he is pushing Record up the racetrack, and this is what these two need to do to catch up to that front group. Corndog's losing pace a little bit. He does need to get back onto the end of this train, and he's going to get pulled right into the battle for the lead. Chip Reese fell just a little bit off of this two here in 6th place as well, so these drivers got a little bit of work to do. Ben Blaker, you can see them guys up there, but there's definitely a gap, 2.7 seconds. He is fastest right now coming up the straight. We got Heathen tucked right in behind him here in 8th place, but he has James, and we know James is quick here today. He is our pole sitter for our race today, so he is slowly but surely trying to reel those two in. Got Perea here now in 10th as well, chasing him with Andres in 11th. It's been a tough race here for Andres. A little bit of wall contact. Now it's going to allow Mr. Smurf to get on by, so Mr. Smurf now moves up into P11 there. So very unfortunate for OBR Andres, but again, Tokyo's a tough track. It's ruthless. It has zero forgiveness here, ladies and gentlemen. Get in there, mate. Let's go, FFR, says Mark. You guys are killing it today. We love it. The chat is hyped. We're hyped. The drivers are hyped. I gotta tell you, I went in there to say congratulations to all the drivers before the race. Mark coming in with that heart on the stream as well, and they were pretty excited. They were giggling. They were laughing. They were having a great time up in the drivers chat before the race started here tonight. So they're definitely have been enjoying this series this season, and they're definitely ready to put on a show for you guys tonight here. So here we go. It is Petey in the lead. Stagman here in second, chasing 0.8 of a second is that gap. Can Stagman close up on the corner here? This hairpin corner, 180-degree corner here, and then a little kink corner. You can see Petey takes in a little bit of a different line, and you can see he's gaining on Stagman a little bit there. Oh, and we got some position changes up in here. We got Merch up into P3 now. We've got Corn Dog up into P4 coming into that hairpin. We got Record down into P5, and we got Chip right up in behind him there in P6 now. So we have Blaker here still in 7th. We've got Heathen here in 8th. We've got James in 9th, Perea in 10th, Mr. Smurf in 11th, and Andres losing just a little bit of pace here off these guys, but still right there in 12th place. And what a battle this has been throughout the pack so far. There's been tons of position changes, and it is a lot of slipstream comes into play here at Tokyo. So these guys really can use that to their advantage, but it doesn't seem like any of these drivers care here tonight, as they are just fighting for every millimeter of racetrack against each other. Nobody wants to play nice. Everybody wants the position, so it is just fight on here tonight. And that's what we love to see. These guys putting it all on the line one more time for you guys and gals watching at home. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for the support. PD looking solid, 1.3. He's gaining time on Stagman here. So Stagman just right now maintaining, just trying not to lose him too much here. And then we've got this group in the back. It's Corn Dog. Corn Dog tried to break free a little bit. Half a tenth on Record, who's now moved his way back up ahead of Merch here in P4. Merch is in P5. Chip Reese is just off the back of these guys here. Chip, I got to tell you, this guy has shown some massive improvement this season. I'm absolutely proud of what this guy's accomplished here so far this season. I've been watching him race for a long time now, and to see him fighting so heartily here for P6, P5, P4, even a potential podium position in the race is fantastic. So go get some, Chip. Got Ben Blaker here in 7th. We got James now. He's gotten around our championship leader. He's up into P8, and he is just taking names and asking questions later as he makes his way through the field. Apex Heathen here in 9th. We got Perea in 10th, Mr. Smurf in 11th, and Andres in 12th. Ooh, little bit of a mistake there by Andres. That may have been some wall contact there. Season 3 cars are spicy. Little tidbits during the finale weekend. Ooh, well, you're going to have to tune in, folks, if you want to get a sneak peek at what's going to happen here for Season 3, as the officials are going to be dropping little tidbits throughout the chats during the streams this weekend. So if you guys want to get a jump start on what Season 3 is expecting, definitely don't want to miss a show this weekend. We appreciate y'all. Stagman here in 2nd place. Corn Dog in 3rd, and he is starting to break away. 9/10 of a second now, so he's broken the slipstream from these guys, but this is a long straightaway. It is very hard to lose guys here. We have Merch pushing, so these guys are working on catching up to Corn Dog now, but they need to start playing nice. They gotta work to catch those guys up in front if they want a shot at the lead. Blaker now up into 6th place here. James in 7th, Heathen in 8th, so Mr. Smurf in 9th. So some of our front runners are starting to dial into this race and really starting to make their way through the field. And unfortunately, Chippy making a mistake here somewhere. He has no damage, but back down to into P12, 15 seconds behind, so it must have been a good one. And that's really unfortunate, but nonetheless, he is down the road and moving. So Petey with the race lead here, but Stagman all over the back end of him. And here we go again, ladies and gentlemen. Battle on between Stagman from Hypre and Petey. I think he's flying Fox. Is he still flying Fox, Mark? Here in 1st place, but he is cooking. And this has been a very, very great battle between these two. And look at the time that Stagman just gains through the corner right there, ladies and gentlemen. Is Stagman going to be able to make a run? And we see Petey defending here, and that's not going to be ideal for Petey here. Stagman should be able to carry more momentum, but Stagman being very patient back there in behind our leader, Petey, in 2nd place. So I really did expect to see a little more of a push there from Stagman, but maybe he's opted not to battle with and going in a little deep there is Stagman. Petey going to make the move on the inside. He is cut back coming from Petey, and Stagman missing the braking point a little bit there. He gets the move going in, but Petey getting the cutback, and Stagman shot that wide, but he is still right there in behind Petey. So great job by these two drivers, and boy oh boy, battle on here for 1st place, ladies and gentlemen, and it has been healthy between these two drivers tonight. You can see the lights turning on in the tunnel here. We are on the streets of Tokyo as well, so there we go. You can see Stagman getting a great run on Petey there. You see Petey going, you go around on the left, mate, if you want, but Stagman's not too interested in battling with him right now. It looks like he wants to open the gap up and fight this out later with Petey. We got Corn Dog in 3rd place, and he is working on catching them boys up there. He has put the loud pedal down in this car, and he is trying to catch up 3.3 seconds. We have Record 2 seconds behind Corn Dog here, and you don't want to be alone against groups that are working together here. They will eventually reel you in. Merch is working very well here in behind Record as well, so let's see if they can close in on Corn Dog. We got Blaker here in P6, and you look behind, he's got James just behind here as well. Apex Racing's Heathen is just a little bit behind these guys, 2.3 seconds. In 8th place here, we got Mr. Smurf in 9th. We've got Perea in 10th, Andres in 11th, and Chip here in 12th. And already starting to make some of that time back up, ladies and gentlemen. So it is Petey here in 1st place. Woo. It's hot. It's hot on this track. He's not a Flying Fox Racing driver anymore, but we still love Petey. All right, 10-4. 10-4, we got you. So Petey's been bouncing around here a little bit, but that's all right. He's still a great race car driver. He has been fun to watch this season, ladies and gentlemen, that's for sure. And this battle for 1st place and 2nd place is just a beauty. And Stagman's just taking some really good, clean lines here. And Petey's not 100% trusting that Stagman's not looking to pass him here. He's still going semi-defensive into some of these corners, and really that could cost these two. Stagman's just looking like he's trying to work together with Petey, but it's all or nothing here tonight, and there's just every driver wanting it all for nothing. So Stagman did take a look up the inside there again, but he wasn't able to get the job done. He's just got a different entry exit into that corner. Petey's is just much more efficient than Stagman, and Stagman's really losing time on Petey there, and you can see Corndog has just reeled these guys in. Corndog now in this fight for the top of the podium. He is right tucked in behind Stagman here now, 0.3 of a second. So Corndog has been putting in the work, and he is the fastest man on the racetrack currently with a 2:438 in this Mercedes, ladies and gentlemen. So Corndog, he has been making moves, and there we go. He's going to make the move here on Stagman, and Corndog has absolutely zero interest in working together. It is challenge these guys one by one and see if he can get past them. Next target, Petey. Can he get him? Let's find out. Corndog flying around Tokyo here, and he is closing up. Gets around Stagman, no problem. Stagman down to P3 here now, and Corndog is looking very racy. We got James and Record, so James moving his way through here now. Sorry, Merchant Record, as Merch has gotten around K Record there in the 4th, and Record in 5th. We got Blaker in 6th, Apex Heathen in 7th, and now James in 8th. So these 3 drivers starting to hook up. We got Mr. Smurf just behind in 9th, Perea in 10th, Andres in 11th, and Mr. Chip here in 12th, and he is starting to open up the gap. And ooh, there we go, a little purple sector coming from Chip there. We love to see it, but it is still Petey in the lead. And I mean, we've had like I don't know, half a dozen lead changes already, most of it between Stagman and Petey here tonight. Petey currently fastest lap right there. He's purple sector anyways, but he still has to complete it all the way around, so he is starting to feel the pressure, and he's starting to try and open the gap up. Corndog and Stagman there now, and what Petey's hoping for is that these 2 drivers start battling, and Stagman's been taking a look. Stagman's definitely been taking a look. So let's see here. Stagman might be watching these guys. Oh, and there we go. Corndog went really deep into the corner here, and Stagman's going to get a good run here, but he's just being very, very patient here. Stagman is being very patient. He had that move done there, but he opted to, I don't know, he just opted to tuck in behind Corndog, so maybe a little fuel strategy here coming from this driver right now. We have Merch here in 4th place, and he has a Record tucked right into that slipstream now, and really, I mean, these guys aren't that far away. It's only 5 seconds, so some time can definitely be made up here with some clean lines and some good bump drafting, but it looks like Record's going to now pull up ahead of Smurf here, and these 2 are working really, really good together, actually. You can see when one gets to run, they just make the move, and the other one tucks right back in behind, and they're not battling. They're making very good, clean passes and literally losing 0 time on each other. You can see the bump there from Merch as well in 5th place, so these 2 working very well together to try and make some time up here. You can see Merch getting some clean air in the front end of that car so he can get it to turn in the way he wants. This is some smart driving right here by these 2 drivers. We got Blaker here in 6th, 4 seconds behind these guys, with Mr. Smurf now up into 7th place. Perea's in 8th. We got Andres in 9th, Chip in 10th. He then all the way down into P11 here. He's made a pit stop. We've got James here as well. He's also made a pit stop. So on lap 10, we have 2 of our drivers making early pit stops here. So that's a little bit interesting. But it is Petey still in the lead, and he has a couple of guys chasing here with Corndog and Stagman. But so far, Petey's been doing a great job of really keeping that gap at bay. He's just been keeping these guys out of the slipstream and not allowing them to easily catch up. But Corndog really made some time up through that sector there, and purple sector there as well, as he's comfortably in the slipstream of the leader here, and he's brought Stagman along. So this is now a 3-way battle for the lead here again, ladies and gentlemen, and it's only separated by 0.7 of a second from 1st to 3rd place. So it is nose to tail action here halfway through this race, not even quite halfway through this race, and it has been healthy up front here all race long. And there we go, Corndog going deep. He missed his braking point again. PD seeing it happen, and he's just going to respond. Stangman's going to get P2, and that was a hard hit there by Corndog. That's going to definitely cost him some time here. He has some damage after that hit. He is now going to be under fire from Record and Merch chasing here in 4th and 5th place, and there's Ben Blaker just shortly behind these guys. So that was unfortunate there for Corndog. Didn't calculate for that overspeed and made a mistake there, and you can see Record just went to go around him. There's just slight amount of contact there as he got into the back of him with that slipstream. So Corndog struggling a little bit there, but we have all these guys pitting. Petey's in the pit lane. We have Stangman in the pit lane. We've got Record in the pit lane. We have Blaker and Merch staying out. We've got Corndog. I'm not sure what's happened to Corndog here. I think he wanted into pit lane and somehow didn't manage to get over in time. I'm not sure here, but moving very, very slow on the racetrack right now is Corndog, so he just needs to get going here. Andre's here in 8th, Mr. Smurf in 9th, we got Chip in 10th, we got Heathen in 11th, and James in 12th. Now those drivers have pit already, so going for an undercut strategy here are Heathen and James. Merch is still in the lead now, so he is our 4th race leader here tonight, and it's like our 7th lead change, ladies and gentlemen. It's been absolutely intense racing up front here, so it is Merch in the lead now. Ben Blaker chasing here in 2nd. We got Perea in 3rd, with Andres now in 4th place. Mr. Smurf is in 5th. None of these drivers making a stop yet. We have Apex Racing's Heathen here, and he's going on purple sector here in 6th. Chip Race in 7th. We got Corndog in 8th. We got Stangman in 9th, and PD is right there, so here we go. PD's going to make the quick move around Stangman, and Stangman's just going to tuck right back in behind, and hello, these two are linked back together. We got James just in behind those two as well, and Record coming out, rounding out the field here in 12th, but we haven't seen a full round of pit stops yet, ladies and gentlemen, so this is far, far from over. Season 3 cars are spicy. Oh, he's not a flying fox anymore. Mr. Smurf for the fastest lap. Watch. Oh, there we go. So Corndog currently holding that. We're watching for Mr. Smurf for the fastest lap. It's been called, ladies and gentlemen. It's been called. We love to see it. We do love to see it. Don't forget, if you're watching over on Facebook, to partake in the poll as well, ladies and gentlemen. Just a little bit of information for us for the end of the season. We would appreciate the input. But it is Merch in the race lead here. And how many more laps can he go around here before he's going to opt to make that stop? We got Ben Blaker in 2nd. We got Perea in 3rd. We got Andres in 4th. We got Smurf in 5th. We got Heathen in 6th. Chip in 7th. PD in 8th. Corndog in 9th. Stangman in 10th. He's putting pressure on Corndog there. Let's get back to this. There we go, and he's going to make the pass, so he's going to get it done on the outside coming into the hairpin there. So I think Corndog is out of fuel potentially here, as he was trying to get into pit lane, so he's just taking a long way around the racetrack here, and that is really unfortunate here for Corndog, but he has lots of time left here in this race yet. It's only lap 11, so he doesn't have to feel defeated here. He can still make this up. Mr. Smurf now in the race lead as Merch coming into pit lane, Blaker coming into pit lane, Perea and Andres coming into pit lane. So Smurf is now going to take the race lead, and he is now our 6th race leader here in this amateur division tonight, and that is our 8th change of the lead. Mr. Smurf with the fastest lap. Whew. And he's trying. So let's see what he can do here. He hasn't really been on that pace with these guys yet, but Apex Heathen now in 2nd place. We got John coming in with that thumbs up. How we doing, John? PD here in 3rd, Stangman in 4th. We've got Blaker in 5th. We got James in 6th. We got Merch in 7th. We got Record in 8th. Andres in 9th. Perea in 10th. Chip in pit lane right now. Corndog coming into pit lane here. Finally, that was a very long run for poor Corndog. Let's see what he can do now. Let's see if he can make some of this up. He's quick today, so he can definitely make some time up with some clean air without a question of a doubt. My boy Chip came back from 12th to 7th. Yeah. Hello, John. Hope you're well, my friend. So it is Apex Racing's Heathen here in 2nd place, and I don't think any of these drivers are on a one-stop strategy. I think we're going to see a lot of modified two-stops here today, ladies and gentlemen. So Stangman in 4th, Blaker in 5th, James in 6th, Merch in 7th, Record in 8th, Andres in 9th, Perea in 10th, Chip in 11th, Corndog, he's just getting that car filled up here, so he will be back on the road. He still has a shot for position in this race. We have Mr. Smurf, though, in the lead, and he's going to have to come into pit lane here pretty soon, ladies and gentlemen, as he's really been running for a while out there compared to the other drivers. So let's take a look at what's going down here tonight in our field. Our current leader, Mr. Smurf, is coming through that hairpin there, and with this lap or next lap, I would assume we're going to see a pit stop here. We got some cones out in the middle of the track. A little extra safety precaution there. We got Apex Racing's Heathen here, and he's purple as he's coming around right now, sitting in 2nd place after his first pit stop here. We've got PD after his first stop here in 3rd place as well. And we're seeing some varied strategies here. We have Stangman in 4th place here after a pit stop from this driver. Blaker has stopped as well here in 6th, with James chasing very close behind in 6th place. We have Record here in 7th, and then Mr. Smurf now coming into pit lane as well, and he's got Merch in tow, so these two still connected here. Andres and Perea here in 9th and 10th. We have Chip in 11th and Corndog in 12th. He is definitely a little ways behind these guys, but he still has plenty of time to make up the time here. So it is now Apex Racing's Heathen in the lead of this race, and this is now our 7th race leader tonight, ladies and gentlemen. 9 times has this lead changed. Wow, what can we say? Championship leader now leading this race. Stangman with a 2-minute flat 0.32 just put down there. So currently the fastest man on the racetrack is Stangman, but Heathen's in the lead. PD's chasing, 6.5 seconds in behind. Stangman right there, 1.2 seconds behind, and purple again. Ben Blaker in 4th, looking real good here with James chasing very close behind here in 5th place. We got Record in 6th, all alone. Lost Merch a little bit here, a little mistake from that driver maybe. Andres in 8th, Perea in 9th, starting to catch up to his teammate a bit here. And Mr. Smurf in 10th place after his pit stop. Chip here in 11th, and Corndog rounding out our field, ladies and gentlemen. He's got them 4-ways on. Don't give up, my guy. Just keep running. Just keep pushing, buddy. Lots of time. Lots of time. We're halfway through this race, and it is Heathen in the lead. Heathen, says Payme. Oh, boy. You guys are lighting it up tonight. We love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Hope you're all loving the racing action here. Finale night. We're crowning champions. It's always fun when we crown champions. So it is Heathen in the lead. Championship points leader coming in tonight too as well, ladies and gentlemen. So very, very important. Petey here in 2nd place. And speaking of that, we'll bring the standings up for you guys here in just a few minutes as well. Streamer has to go put standings in stream first. Oh, the streamer forgot. Alright, we'll just let it do its thing. Just a few more seconds, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll bring these bad boys right up in the screen in front of you here. Alright, they are loaded. They're ready to come in. Let us just find them here. Alright, standings. Amateurs. Boom. 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 Let's look, chat. Let's look. So, one more time. Before we kick this thing off, let's bring it out front and center, maybe. There we go. Haha. It is Apex Heathen with 164 points. Mr. Smurf with 134. It's PD with 123. Record with 122. Merch with 99. Koki with 81. Corndog with 76. Blaker with 70. James with 69. Chip Reese with 59. Stangman with 47. And Justin Salinari with 12. We don't have all the drivers on this list, but that is the breakdown for at least the top end of our standings here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And boy, oh boy, it has been a juicy one. Let's get rid of that. Let's get back to the racing action. Let's see what's happening on track. 6.8 seconds is the lead for Heathen as he's roaring up the racetrack. Petey starting to get some pressure here from Stangman again, and these two are going to start potentially battling, or are they going to work together to catch the leader? Hard to say. James in 4th place. He's starting to feel some pressure now. Or he just made his way around Blaker, sorry, so he put some pressure on Blaker and got around, so now Blaker chasing here in 5th. We've got a Record here in 6th place with Merch in 7th. We got Perea up into 8th, and Andres in 9th. Mr. Smurf here in 10th, and 10 seconds behind those drivers. Chip here in 11th, and Corndog, we have lost Corndog, so he has retired that race car here today. And it is going to be a DNF for Corndog there, I think, ladies and gentlemen, as maybe a little bit frustrated there about the situation at hand. So Apex Heathen now leading this race down to 11 drivers, and of course the officials will take a look at that post-race, ladies and gentlemen. So we can only speculate as broadcasters, and you know I don't like to speculate too much. So down to 11 drivers it is. Cars behind the wall. Super unfortunate for that driver. He was looking real solid tonight. But it is Apex Heathen in the lead, 5.7. He is starting to lose ground to these guys here. PD and Stangman in 2nd and 3rd place. These two have been battling super strong all race long. James trying to find his way back up to the front here all race long. Blaker making the move here, 5th place. Slingshot engaged, and it is going to be P4 back for Ben Blaker, and it is game on. James tucked back in behind in 5th place. Not much you could do about that there. A Record here in 6th place with Merch chasing in 7th. Where's Perea? 6 seconds behind. Andres 3 seconds behind. Smurf starting to peel some time off. 3 seconds gained in that lap alone. Chip here bleeding time away as well, 20 seconds. So it is on the road for these drivers, and boy, oh boy, I'm sweating here in the comms box. These guys are making your boy work tonight. Whew. Let's give it up for these AM drivers, ladies and gentlemen. They have been racing their hearts out tonight, and it's all for you guys. They're really excited to be able to be starting off the season all season long live for you guys to kick off Flat Out Racing North America. And I'm not going to lie, they've been the top division all season long view-wise as well. So thank you for tuning in, everybody. Thank you for supporting our amateur division here at Flat Out Racing North America. I guarantee you these guys are absolutely tickled pink with the amount of love that you have been showing to these drivers all season long. But it is Heathen in the lead, PD in second chasing. He's opened up a small little gap here on Stangman, a little over a second, so he's pulled that slipstream out of the equation here temporarily. But anything can happen from one corner to the next. Ben Blaker in fourth, James tucking in behind here in fifth, so we'll probably see a position change between these two drivers again here soon. Record in sixth place, Merch starting to close in. Oh, we got Ven Speed leaving the room here as well, so I think he was just coming in to try and race. I just think he is having a connection issue as well. So 2 drivers lost here so far today. Perea in 8th with Andres in 9th, Mr. Smurf in 10th, reeling them in, 5.8, a couple more seconds shut it off here, and Chip has made another pit here, so he's ready to go for the rest of this race. So let's see how that works out for him here. That could work out really well for Chip, actually, ladies and gentlemen, so you just never know. We have Heathen and Stangman now coming into pit lane. PD has opted to stay out. Let's see how much of a gap PD can build. Can he build enough of a gap to maintain this when he's eventually going to have to make that pit stop? I don't think he's going to be able to go the whole race, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Oh, and I think Stangman took the wrong tires. Oh, I hope I didn't see what I just saw there. We have Ben Blaker here in second place. We've got James in third, and he is really closing up on Ben. Here in second place, we have Record in fourth. We've got Merchant fifth, Perea in sixth. Stangman, he's come out in seventh, and oh boy, this is going to be catastrophic for this driver. Making a mistake in pit lane, that crew putting on a set of intermediate racing tires, ladies and gentlemen, and he is going to have to stop again. And that is probably going to end his chances for a podium finish here tonight, unless it starts raining magically, and it could here in Japan, but it's looking awfully sunshiny here in the city today. Super unfortunate there. The wrong sticker on those tires. Crew making a mistake, and that could cost that driver today. Apex Racing's Heathen here in 9th after his pit stop. We have Mr. Smurf here right in behind in 10th, and Chip in 11th. So boy, oh boy, the pressure, mistakes, nerves, the crew, anything can happen in racing. We say it all the time, ladies and gentlemen. And in this case, a tire selection mistake made by Stangman and his crew, and this could very well cost him his race here today. And that is super, super unfortunate for Team High Priest driver here, but doesn't take away that he is out there quick today and having some great battles. Ben Blaker 11 seconds behind our leader, Petey, who is being followed by James here in third place. Signal light on with this car here. A little bit of mind games maybe from these drivers. We have Record here in fourth place, Merch in fifth. We've got Perea in sixth with Andres in seventh, and Team OBR still very close to each other here, but it is battle on. We've got Heathen up into eighth place here. We've got Mr. Smurf in the ninth, and Stangman is just struggling. You can see him struggling here. He had a little bit of contact with Heathen there, and the problem with intermediate tires on a sunshiny track is, ladies and gentlemen, the compound of rubber is very, very soft, so it actually makes it slippery for this driver to drive on these tires in the current conditions on track. So we're going to see him come into pit lane here. He's definitely going to be getting off those tires and putting on a set of racing softs, and then we're going to see this driver just send it, because he's probably a little bit frustrated here right now, but really unfortunate, and he's just going to keep going here. So PD in first place, 12 seconds up the road. Ben Blaker here in second. We got James in third. Record in fourth, 23 seconds behind our leader Petey. Merch in fifth. He is 26 seconds behind our leader Perea, and Andres here 30 some seconds behind our leader. Mr. Smurf is almost 40, and Stangman here in 10th. Not sure what happened there. I think Heathen just got around Mr. Smurf there, I think is what just happened there. Mr. Smurf looking to respond here as Heathen tapped that wall, so that cost him a little bit of time, and now these guys are trying to track down OBR Andres here up into 7th place, so Apex Heathen now starting to make his charge towards the front. Mr. Smurf right there behind, battling with him and following him through. Stangman in 10th after that pit stop there, and Chip here in 11th. So unfortunate there for Stangman, but he's been driving really quick today, so it is not, he is definitely not out of this race yet. But it is Petey in the lead here, and he may be able to pull this one stop off, ladies and gentlemen. He just may be able to do it. Ben Blaker here in 2nd place with James in 3rd chasing, and boy oh boy, these drivers really are giving her here, and they got some time to make up to the leader right now. It's a 13-second gap. Record here in 4th with Merchant 5th, Perea in 6th, Andres in 7th. We got Heathen here in 8th. He's starting to break away from Mr. Smurf a little bit as he's trying to track down those OBR drivers up in front. And Mr. Smurf chasing. He's following him through, hopefully, is the ideal situation. There's Stangman now back up into 10th place, and he's trying to make that time up on those drivers up ahead. Tough race here for this driver now, and Chip Reese doing a great job of trying to battle back here as well. So let's get this going. Petey here on lap 18 of 25, still in the race lead, 13 seconds. He's fastest man on the racetrack at the 59.7 as well. We got Blaker here in 2nd place with James chasing. The guys both purple here as they come through this sector. A little bit of a gap between our 2nd and 3rd place drivers. 9.7 seconds is K record. He's starting to reel those guys in up front here. We have Merch chasing still as well. These two haven't let each other go all race long. Perea here in 6th place, and he is cruising right now as well with Andres in 7th, but Heathen is caught right up to him here. Let's jump on board with our roof cam here on Apex Racing's Heathen, as he is tucked right in behind OBR Andres. Andres automatically going on the defense here. This is going to give Heathen a run here, and there's just nowhere for Andres to go there, but thankfully ghosting kicked in and Heathen didn't get collected up in that, so that is going to be a P7 for Heathen, and now it's a 10-second up the road charge to the next driver in 6th place, Perea. So Heathen needs to make every single position count here today, so he can secure that championship here. It's Mr. Smurf now looking at the backside of Andres as well as we're coming into the chicane here. This is a very high-speed chicane as well, and he's just being very patient here. He doesn't want to make a mistake. He wants to get around this driver cleanly, so maybe setting him up for that big long straightaway at the start-finish line. A little tiny bit of contact there from the wall from Mr. Smurf as he's chasing down Andres there, and that's going to cost him a little bit of time in the chase, but some pretty good battling here from these drivers all the way through the field. We got Stangman in 10th here. He's trying to reel them guys in. Chip in 12th. Petey 15-second lead here, and he's got 6 laps remaining. He may be able to do this, ladies and gentlemen. He may be able to do this. It's Blaker. He's coming into pit lane, so I'm not sure. Maybe getting low on fuel here is Blaker. We got James now up into 2nd place with that pit from Blaker. A little bit of a splash and dash here, it looks like, from the ICE Racing Team. Record coming in. Looks like it's going to be much of the same thing for this driver as well. So interesting. We have Perea here. He's going to move up into P3 now with those pit stops. So what's that mean for Apex Racing's Heathen is he's coming up the start-finish line. He may grab 3 freebies here, and that is the case. P5 goes Heathen. Mr. Smurf jumps up into P6 here, so Merch comes out. He's going to hold P7 down as he comes out. Record coming out here in P8, and Andre's still getting some fuel in that tank, so this could be good for Stangman and Chip Reese here as well. They might be able to get back into the fight here for some more positions before the end of this race. Let's go, Apex. So Corn DC, not 100% sure. Not 100% sure, ladies and gentlemen. But it is Petey here in 1st place, and if he can make this one stop work for him, he will take this race win home. A little bit of contact with the wall there, not ideal. James chasing, he's got 14 seconds. Oh, and a little bit of contact from the wall from this driver here as well. And it's Perea here in 3rd place. He's got 10 seconds on Apex Racing's Heathen, who's now up into P4 here. So that is what this driver needed. He's already made the pit stop. He already knows he's good to go on fuel. Let's see what he can do with it. Ben Blaker in behind in 5th chasing, and these guys have been pretty close in pace all race long, so we may see a good battle between these two yet tonight as well. Mr. Smurf chasing here, and he's closing in on Blaker in 6th place. We're not done seeing fights here yet tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Merch here in 7th with Record chasing in 8th. Stangman's now up into 9th place with that pit stop from Andre, so a free position there from Stangman. He's in the fight, 3.2 seconds now. Andre's here in 10th, and Chip Reese 11 seconds from Andre, so Chip has a chance here to gain that time up as well and maybe grab position. So it's amazing how quickly a race changes. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. PD in the lead, 18 seconds, and boy, has he put on a great race here. It's 5 to go. I just don't know if he's got what it takes to one-stop this, Chad. It's going to be interesting. It's James here in second place. He's got 18 seconds behind him, and he's got a 14-second gap to the next driver who just made a pit stop. Perea not able to, I'm not sure what this driver's doing here. He's got the fuel to make it. I don't know why he would pit here, but he's going to compromise this P3 position here, and it's going to be Apex Racing's Heathen now on the podium, ladies and gentlemen, in P3, but he has a gaggle coming in behind with Blaker and Mr. Smurf in 4th and 5th place. It is very tight between these drivers right now, and Heathen strategy is working out good for him here so far. Merch is in 6th. We've got Record in 7th. We've got Perea. He's going to get passed there by Stangman, so Stangman's going to grab position, another position there back up into P8 as Perea is coming out of pit lane. Andre's here in 10th, and Chip is closing in 8 seconds away. Here we go. Petey, I don't know if he's going to make it here, ladies and gentlemen. He's got the red flashing on that fuel gauge with 4.5 laps to go. Our leader is going to have to make a pit stop here, and that is going to give the race lead to James. Ooh, dun dun dun. It's getting interesting up on Tokyo, ladies and gentlemen. Heathen in 3rd place here, and Ben Blaker in 4th with Mr. Smurf and 5th. We have Merch in 6th. We see Record in 7th. We see Stangman in 8th. Perea in 9th. OBR Andres in 10th. We got Chip here in 11th. And we have seen some interesting strategies. We've had, I think, a one-stop attempt is not going to work. We've had multiple modified 2-stops, and we've even had some 3-stop strategies here today from these AM guys. So Petey coming into pit lane now, 18 seconds. Is it enough to keep Rick James behind him when he exits pit lane? James is on the run right now, coming up to that start-finish line. This could be a win here for Rick James if he can get the job done here, but Petey's going to be coming out on potential fresh rubber as well. That might make a difference. Let's see what happens as Rick James is coming around the start-finish line. It is going to be the lead for James, and he is going to beat Petey out of pit lane. You can see Petey's just coming out of pit lane right there. Where is Heathen? Heathen's just coming down the run, so it is going to be Petey in 2nd place. He's still going to have a decent-sized gap on Apex Racing's Heathen here in 2nd. It's not 43 seconds. That is going to change. Probably down to about 10 seconds, I think, if I had to guess, ladies and gentlemen, as he crosses the start-finish line here. It's definitely not 44 seconds. And there we go. We're seeing the gap come down as Blaker chasing Mr. Smurf in 5th. Not too much has changed there. Merch is trying to get there in 6th. We got Record and Stangman. Stangman now trying to reel Record in here. We've got Perea in 9th. Andres in 10th. Chip in 11th. Let's get back to the race leader, who's now James, 7 seconds up the road. Now the question is, does this driver have the fuel to go the distance for Stealth Racing here tonight in the finale? He's looked solid all race long. He's been one of the fastest guys on track. 59 flat from Petey, though, who does have that fastest lap currently, but James in a very great spot here with 8 seconds on 2nd place driver Petey. Petey's chasing 16 seconds on Apex Racing's Heathen. Heathen has his mirror full, though, right now with Ben Blaker in 4th and Mr. Smurf in 5th here. Mr. Smurf is gaining on Blaker. Merch in 6th with Stangman in 7th now. Stangman just getting around Record there, and so that's a position change, and Record's going to settle in behind there in 8th place. So Stangman tracking these guys down after a very huge mistake in pit lane, and he's back up into the mid-pack. We have Record's not letting him go. He's going to tuck right in behind. We got Prey at 9th, Andres in 10th, and Chip here in 11th. He's tracking Andres down. He has time. But it is James in the lead for Stealth Racing here, and nobody expected that to be happening here. We thought Petey might have had that in the bag. He was looking real solid on the one-stop attempt, but he's just not going to get it done. Good luck, Rick. Go, Rick. Corn's wheel stop shifting. He tried resetting, and the problem is still ongoing. Oh, there we go. There's some clarification, ladies and gentlemen. So, really unfortunate there for Corn Dog, but boy, did he look good today, ladies and gentlemen. So, Season 3 is a new season, and I hope that we see that driver back on track, because he is a great racer. But it is James, 8.2 seconds, 3 laps to go. Rock and roll, ladies and gentlemen, rock and roll. Petey chasing, 16 seconds up the road from Apex Racing's Heathen. Heathen's in a very, very good spot here right now. This may be enough for Heathen to lock down that championship, ladies and gentlemen. Ben Blaker here in 4th, Mr. Smurf in 5th, and Merch in 6th, Stangman in 7th, Record in 8th, losing Stangman quickly here, Perea in 9th, 10th is Andres, and 11th is Chip, and he is closing in on Andres. Keep going, my guy, you can make this up. Rick James, though, 9.3 seconds, and he's feeling it right now. He is feeling it. He's in a groove. He's just got to handle the nerves. He's just got to settle the brain down, keep the adrenaline down, and just bring this Mercedes home to the checkered flag. He is cruising, but does he have the fuel? This is the big question. So let's go. Let's see what he can do here. It is going to be close. We may see this driver go into fuel mode here. Petey is coming. It is P2 for Petey, 10 seconds behind the Rick James here right now. He's got 14 seconds on Heathen, so Heathen is rolling down the track. He's starting to open that gap up on Blaker, 2.2 seconds, so no slipstream there available for Ben Blaker anymore. Mr. Smurf is more of a problem for Ben Blaker right now with only 0.8 of a second gap between these two drivers, so we may still see this battle between 4th and 5th place. We've got Merch here in 6th with Stangman in 7th. We've got a record here in 8th place with Perea in 9th. We've got Andres in 10th and Chip closing in. He is trying. He's pushing, folks. He is pushing. And it is James, though. And let's see what happens here. He's going to have to come into pit lane. This is devastating for James. He's not going to have the fuel to get all the distance here. And this is going to cost him a race win today, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to go to Petey here, I think. As he's coming around, there's no way James is going to get that splash and dash in time for Petey and get out in front. So it's going to be the race lead going back to Petey here, ladies and gentlemen. And wow, what a crazy race this amateur race has been so far this weekend. Incredible racing here from these drivers. James is out quick though, 6 seconds down the road, but I think he's a little too late here. It's 6 seconds between him and 3rd place driver Heathen now, and Heathen is looking solid, 3.2 seconds up the road here from Blaker. We got Blaker in 4th place, and him and Mr. Smurf are now battling. Mr. Smurf is putting on the pressure. Can he get the job done? They're side by side. Right now Blaker has the edge, but Mr. Smurf has the inside track coming into turns 1 and 2. Is he going to be able to get the job done? Tough set of corners to go side by side, but neither driver's giving an inch here, and it's going to be Blaker going in deep. Is this going to pay? No, he's going to hit the wall there, so it's going to be Mr. Smurf right on the back end here, and it is Mr. Smurf doing a great job of trying to get around Blaker, but Blaker's doing a great job at defending, and it is race on, ladies and gentlemen, between these two drivers. We're going to go to Mr. Smurf's vantage point here. Let's jump on board with Mr. Smurf here as he is in behind Ben Blaker. He doesn't need to make this move right now. He needs to calculate this and make it at the right time, so let's see what he does here. We're coming into the chicane. Tough sector here. You can see him back off just a little bit earlier there, and that's the right thing to do. And Blaker's going to make a mistake. That's going to give him the run, and he's going to get the job done. It's going to be P4 there too, Mr. Smurf, as Blaker hits the wall there, costing him a valuable time, and that's going to put him back into P5. So Mr. Smurf back up in the chase for podium here, but 4 seconds away from Apex Heathen right now. Going to be a tough call, but anything can happen, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get through the field here. We got Merch in 6th place. We've got Stangman, who's doing a great job here, making his way all the way back into 7th. We've got Record at 8th, and he's getting pressure from Perea here. And here we go. Perea looking inside, not able to get the job done. A little bit of wall contact there from Record, but he manages to keep some pretty good pace. And oh boy, these drivers are rubbing doors here right now, and it is spicy here for 9th and 10th place between Perea and Record here. So it is still Record in the lead of this battle, but boy, it's a healthy battle here right now as Perea is putting all kinds of pressure on. Ooh, and a little bit of contact there between the two drivers, and a little more contact here between the two drivers, and boy, oh boy, is this some rubbins racing from these two going into the hairpin. Who's going to get the job done? It's going to be Perea going out wide. Record's going to undercut here, and he's going to get the job done with the old switcheroo, ladies and gentlemen, and that was a fantastic move here as Perea is trying to get around Record. Record's doing a great job of defending, and it is still a healthy battle here between our 8th and 9th place driver, and boy, oh boy, these two are just pushing each other here right now, and he's going to get a little bump here from Perea, and Perea is just trying to get around here, so Record is just going to tuck in behind and be like, nah, you're going to have to push me, mate. This ain't going to work this easy. So we're going to see a little push here from Perea, and I think we're seeing a little bit of lag too as well, ladies and gentlemen. So Andres here in 10th, Chip in 11th. Back to our race leader. It's Petey, 6.2 seconds up the road from James. He had to make a splash and dash pit stop, costing the race lead there, but he may still maybe potentially just maybe have a chance here with only 6.3 seconds. Anything can happen. Heathen chasing in 3rd place. He's closing in on James, 4 seconds. He's opened the gap up to Smurf by 4.2. We got Blaker here in 5th place. He's just falling off the pace of these guys just slightly. Merch here in 6th with Stangman in 7th. And boy, this driver's had a great recovery from that pit stop mistake. But these two right here Record and Perea are just rubbing door handles here. These guys are swapping paint colors, and they're making sure that each other are aware of who they're having a great battle with here at the end of the race for position. It's still Record managing to hold 8th place down here, but boy, Perea is fighting for it. And look at these guys just battle it out. Dirty Air playing havoc here on that driver in behind. He's swerving back and forth, trying to get some clean air in that car to try to get a run on Record, and Record's just not having none of it here, ladies and gentlemen. Andre's in 10th, Chip Reese in 11th, and it is Petey who is cruising here. He's got some damage on that race car. It's going to slow him down a little bit, so James reeling him in. 4.3 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Boy, oh boy, this is some crazy racing. What a race. Congratulations, all AM lobby drivers. What a season. What a race. Let's go, baby. Heathen, you got this, bro. Petey in the lead. James chasing 4.2. 5 seconds is Heathen. 5 seconds behind him is Blaker. So our podium position finishers need to just keep it clean here and bring it home. Mr. Smurf in 5th. He's still chasing Blaker, but now he's got Merch closing in, and Merch is really working hard at reeling them in here. We may see a battle for this position before this race is over. Look at him just pull in that slipstream on the back end of Mr. Smurf. We may see a move coming into turn 1 here. A little bit of smoke. I think there was a little bit of contact made there and a little bit of a push from that driver. But yeah, guys are still on down the road here. Stangman in 7th place, 4 seconds down the road from these drivers, and boy oh boy, things could change here at the end of this race yet, ladies and gentlemen. This is far from over. This is the best channel and best commentator. We appreciate you. You got much love, my brother. Much love, much love. We have Stangman in 7th with Record, and these guys are still battling Perea and Record. These guys are just having a juicy fight here at the end of the race, and oh boy, it's a drag race going in. Oh, Perea almost overshot the corner as Record going to get the old switcheroo back here. A little bit of wall contact from Perea. That's going to slow him down. Record's in there. He's got his nose up the inside. Ooh, a little slide there from Record. It is finally going to be Perea getting up in front here for P8, but I highly doubt that this battle is finished yet, ladies and gentlemen. Record in 9th. We got Andres in 10th and Chip here in 11th. Whew, final lap, ladies and gentlemen. It is Petey. And boy, oh boy, what a gooder. It's very, very close here. He's coming into the hairpin. He's got just a couple of corners left, ladies and gentlemen. 4.1 second lead on the rest of the field. You can see James just coming up into the braking zone here, so it may very well be Petey for the win. He's got a kink and a straight run here, and that is it. This is it, folks. Checkered flag's coming. You see Petey is quite pleased with himself. He's already swinging that car side to side. He knows he's got the job done here today, and it's a race win for Petey tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and congratulations to Petey. And I gotta tell you, that was a well fought race from this driver here today, and boy oh boy, well deserved. Rick James here in 2nd place, and he's looked great all night long. 2nd place for him, and it is going to be Apex Racing's Heathen, and I think that is enough for him to lock down a championship here in the AM division, ladies and gentlemen. I think this gentleman's gonna be pretty darn excited come podium interview time. We got Ben Blaker here in 4th place. We got Stangman coming all the way up into 5th as the driver runs out of fuel. Merch is out of fuel. He coasts across the line in 6th place. Mr. Smurf is out of fuel. He's going to roll across the line in P7. Perea just not quite close enough to capitalize there, but he is going to take P8, and that was a heck of a battle between him and Record. Record's going to come across there in P9, and Andre is just coming around that hairpin here right now. And boy, oh boy, all these drivers giving it everything they had here tonight. You can tell he's a controller driver there. You see the headlights flashing out of the corner, so he's done a fantastic job here tonight. He started off real hard and just had a little bit of a rough finish here, but still a 10th place finish for this driver. A great job here to OBR's Andres as he's coming down the start finish line here right now, ladies and gentlemen. Top 10 points here in the finale is nothing to be upset about. Wow, that was a race. I would never start swinging around in victory that early. Good win to Petey though. You never know. You're right, John. And Chip here, ladies and gentlemen, coming around. He's out of fuel. He's actually coasting here across the finish line as well. So some of our drivers struggling with the fuel situation here today. But boy, what a race, ladies and gentlemen. Woo, what a race. Congratulations to all the drivers. They did not disappoint here in this amateur division. Boy, oh boy. We'll take second. Another podium for Stealth Racing, says Wig. Hey, that was some great racing by all the drivers on the racetrack here tonight. I don't think there was a driver that had an easy run here tonight. I think it was all very difficult here. Whew. I'm sweating, chat. The comms booth is hot right now. Oh my, we're steaming the place up here. What a race, fellas. Well done. That was an insane race. RM, I mean, hey, congratulations. Claps to the AM guys. Let's get a hashtag AM division up in the chats. Let's show these guys some love here. All you ladies and gentlemen up in the chats. Let's get the hashtag AM division up in the chat. These guys have put on a great season all season long for Flat Out Racing. They really should be proud of themselves because boy oh boy, they sure make these Mercedes look good every week, and what a race tonight was. We knew Tokyo was going to provide some pretty fun racing here, but boy, what a stage amateur division set this weekend. I hope all the other divisions are paying attention because boy oh boy, the amateurs put on a banger tonight, let me tell you. Woo-hoo. Definitely good racing. GG's to all. Congrats to all. Hey, appreciate you, Alec. Appreciate you, Axel. Appreciate you, my guy. What a race, ladies and gentlemen! What a race! I bet you these guys' emotions are high. I bet you I bet you that chat is hype right now in the background. But congratulations to Petey for a great race win here today, and it was some interesting strategies we saw here today. That is for sure. Save your replays, boys. So unofficially, ladies and gentlemen, it is Petey for the win. And James in second, and Apex Racing's Heathen in third place. So congratulations to those three drivers. Hashtag AM Division. We appreciate you, my guy. We appreciate you. Whew, what can we say? That was pretty incredible, chat. That was pretty darn incredible. Whew. Let's jump over to the interviews.
Introducing RS30 Ultra, the first sim racing wheel and pedals designed by a professional championship racer. With RS30 Ultra, you'll race like a pro and feel like one too. By GTR Simulator. Go fast.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so it's that time. Gonna have ourselves some juicy little podium interviews. So, what a race! I mean, what can we say? That was some pretty intense, impressive racing action from all our drivers here tonight. Congratulations to every single driver on the racetrack. It was a really hard fought race for every single individual here. And three guys coming out to step on that podium for the final time this season here. And they earned it. They definitely earned it, ladies and gentlemen, as it was some hard battling here tonight, all race long. There wasn't a whole lot of dull moments here for us in the commentary box and, of course, watching at home. So, what else can we say but wow. Wow, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. These guys just did an incredible job. We have Heathen and we've got James. So we'll start with these two gentlemen, and we'll wait for Petey to jump in. Oh, and speaking of, just as we say it, Mr. Petey pops into the room here. So we do have our podium finishers with us, ladies and gentlemen. So without further ado, let's talk to our drivers. I'm sure they got a lot to say today. This was a crazy race. Great race, folks. Great race. Y'all good comms, Nolander. I'm sure Nolander would appreciate that. But GT45 Gaming hosting tonight, my guy. We appreciate you. All right, so our third place driver here is Apex Racing's Heathen. Now, as we all remember, he was leading the division by 30 points coming into the race today. 2 drop rounds need to be considered here. A third place finish for him may have locked down a championship for this driver. So let's jump in with Heathen. How you feeling, brother? That was a interesting race and a pretty good strategy getting you up there. So let us know how it went for you.
It went well. Of course, being Tokyo, I tagged the wall a few times, but it's not Tokyo without tagging the wall. Ran a good race, ran my strategy. I think Rick James and Petey got me on running their second stints a little bit more on fuel. I just tried to keep the car as light as possible, but in the end, worked out with the podium anyway, so can't complain.
Absolutely. So, championship leader coming into the race, lots of pressure for you here tonight, obviously. And let me tell you, the boys were cheering you on here tonight, so I hope you felt those vibes. But, rough start for you, but you really settled in the mid race. You just stuck to your strategy, and then you just whipped it up in there to the podium at the end of the race. So, is that enough to lock down this championship for you, do you think? I know you've probably crunched some numbers here, so.
I I don't want to speculate, but I would be lying if I said I didn't crunch the numbers. But it's close. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not and until the official drop rounds have been put in. I'm holding my breath, but I'm not celebrating till word comes in.
From everybody part all race long, and I mean, you were not excluded from that. You had lots of healthy paddles. Talk to us about it. How was the racing from these guys? You could tell every single one of you gentlemen on the racetrack tonight here were putting it all on the line, and I assure you the fans appreciate it. So how was it out there after under some very tough racing conditions, because everybody was just putting it to the limit?
Yeah, you're 100% right on that. Everybody out there was. We went into it in the chat before the race and said, "Let's put on a show one last time for these fans," and we went out there and got it done. And I mean, a little bit of bumping here and there, but that's racing. And at the end of the day, it was from from my perspective a pretty good race, decently clean for being the track that it was. Like I said, Tokyo is a tough track, no matter how good of a driver you are. I'm willing to bet the elite boys tomorrow night have a few love taps at the wall themselves. But yeah, it was killer racing.
Well, definitely a great race from you here. You definitely needed as high a finish as possible here today, and a podium. Well, podium probably feels pretty good. So, some great racing from you. You really came into it when the pressure was on, and you made it count when it counted most. And congratulations on a great race finish tonight. Shout outs and thank yous.
I got to thank, of, of course, first off, my team, Apex Sim Racing, uh, GT45, um, GTR Simulators, Mark Morn from FOR for putting on this series. He's done a great job. This thing, when I signed up for it, I think there were 16 drivers, and now there's what, 5 divisions. So just the networking he did to put this thing on is unbelievable. And last but of course not least, my fiance Rachel and her daughter Elena. Love you guys.
Awesome, and that's what we love to hear. And we really appreciate the show that you put on for us all season long. And official announcements, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're going to do live on stream here from Flat Out Racing North America. Once we have all our results finalized, we'll make an announcement for through all the socials, and we'll have a little podcast style stream for everybody and break down the season and who our champions are, final and overall. So until that time, we just got to sit on the edge of our seats and wait. But congratulations, Apex Heathen. He is right there at the top of the list for a championship this season, so he'll just have to wait and see like the rest of us. But great racing this season, and good luck to you for that championship chase, my friend.
Thank you, brother.
All right, so not to take away from the rest of the guys on track, because every single racer tonight really did put on an incredible show in their own rights, no matter what they had going on the racetrack. There was great battling all throughout the field all race long, and this gentleman was no exception to that. Mr. Rick James here coming in second place for Stealth Racing, and I got to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, he looked very quick in practice. I made mention of that. He looked very quick in practice. He had a good qualifying run, getting that pole position, and then a little bit of an incident early on in the race. I'm not sure if he just got caught up and lost a bunch of spots because the pack was real tight, but he did a great job at really making his way through the pack, and unfortunately, just a little bit of a miscue on the fuel costing him a race win here, but a very close second place from this driver, and congratulations, you look great out there. Talk us through your race today.
What do you think of that? First to last to second. What a race. That was something else. And I wore that fuel map thing out. I don't even think it works anymore.
Absolutely, and I mean it was an up and down race for you today. Required a lot of patience and a lot of decision making and a lot of strategic passing. But at the end of the day, you really got yourself in a good position to fight for the lead. Even when you had to make that late pit stop to get the little splash of fuel there, you were still kind of in a position to fight for that lead if you could have just reeled Petey back in. So, what's going through your mind here at the end of the race with about 8 to go? You're looking down at the fuel gauge, you're looking up at the timing gap. Do you think you have enough fuel, or do you know that you have to pit?
I knew that I had to pit because that's the way I practiced the race all week, getting ready for it, was doing a two-stopper. Because no matter how I tried, I come up 2 laps short. Every time that I went out, no matter what I did, I was 2 laps short. So I knew I was going to have to stop for gas. I was just hoping that I could get at least a 10-second gap on him when I went into the pits, because then I might have run him down, but I didn't have enough gap on him and I just couldn't run him down. A few more laps maybe, but just didn't did it.
Absolutely, and it was a really great strategy there by our first place driver as well. It looked like he was actually going to attempt a one stop there for a while, but really tough to do around this racetrack. This racetrack's, again, a really high speed racetrack. There's not a lot of time on this racetrack where you're really below fourth gear, with the exception, of course, that 180-degree hairpin corner leading up into the final run to the start finish line. So let's talk about that a little bit. What's it like with 13 drivers on the racetrack, dirty air, and everybody literally driving on the edge? And all you got beside you is walls and other cars. So what's that feeling as you're racing around Tokyo here tonight?
But what I had to do was I tried to stay with them as close as I could, but when we come up to any sharp turns, I'd fall back just a little bit so I could keep some air on the nose and keep some grip on the front end. Then after we pulled through, I'd try to gain back what I lost by changing the fuel map, getting a little more power back and catching back up with them, and then up on the fuel map again.
Absolutely. So every driver having a little bit of a style here, and even fuel mapping, ladies and gentlemen, making it very difficult for these amateur drivers to one stop. So let's keep that in mind moving forward for the rest of the weekend as well, because we do know that the higher divisions are on bigger and tougher settings. So looking like two stops this weekend here for our finale, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to spice things up. But you had a fantastic race. You looked really calm and patient. What happened there to drop you to the back of the pack? Did you just get a little bit of a miscue and just lose so many positions because the pack was so bundled up still?
I believe somebody got into me. I haven't watched the replay yet, but I think somebody got into me and spun me out there.
Well, that's super
I
unfortunate.
think happened. I'm not sure, but I'll find out as soon as I watch the replay.
Absolutely. And of course, the drivers, ladies and gentlemen, do have 24 hours to file any incident reports. And then the stewards, of course, do what the stewards do here behind the scenes at Flat Out Racing, and if needed, assess any penalties or warnings or whatever the case may be. So these are unofficial results here tonight, like they are every week. And then, of course, we'll have a big announcement night for everybody when we crown our champions. But almost a win here for you tonight, just a little bit short on the fuel there, and just the strategy not quite working out in your favor tonight. But that was some great racing from you, and you had some great battles there. And it was let's talk about that. When you're battling side by Tokyo, is it more of a I just want to get this move done as quickly as possible, or is it a hang on, we're going side by side and we shouldn't be going side by side through here?
Well, I believe that when I got up beside somebody and tried to pass them in a curve, it was get away from them as fast as you can, or at least get in front of them before the next turn, and you got to do it again. Yeah, the passing to Tokyo is really tough, because really the only opportunity that you have to pass is if you're drafting, or you can outbrake them in the corner. And if you outbrake them in the corner, you know what you might be in for. You might be touching that wall a little bit or rubbing up against it. It happens.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, you showed some really great racing here again tonight. And are we going to see a Rick James returning for a season 3?
If they'll have me back, you bet you I'll be back, because I wish that I could have got in at the beginning of the season. I think I might have been a little bit higher up in the points than I am right now.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I think you would have put some pressure up on them front runners, and I think we would have seen a lot of a different racing environment throughout the season if Ben Blake, or a couple examples of drivers coming in late to the season showing some really good pace. So, yeah, you were definitely one of those drivers. So, of course, you're welcome back. All our drivers welcome back every season, and of course, we'll give you guys more information on season 3 as well. You know, when we all do the whole live announcement thing for everybody. But great racing from you tonight again. The team was out massively cheering you on there and flat out YouTube today. So I hope you felt the good vibes from the team and the love. But shout outs and thank yous, my man.
My daughters were watching tonight. Angie, Candy, and Misty. I hope I put a good show on for you. I love you. And I want to say thank you to No Limit and Snipe Dog for standing beside me and making a good, strong stealth racing team. Also, I want to show some appreciation to Apex Racing and GTR Simulators, and also for all the work that you put in. You just don't know how much we appreciate the time and effort it takes for you to do what you do.
Well, we do appreciate that, and we know you appreciate that. But we appreciate the great racing action you guys provide us every single week too. You make it fun for us, so thank you for that. And again, congratulations on another solid podium finish. And I really can't wait to see what you can do in a full season either. So we really do hope to see Stealth Racing back in season 3. And enjoy that second place tonight in the finale, my man. It was definitely well deserved.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it, and if next season, I'm sure I'll be back, and I'm hoping for a good run, a good season, because I like racing these guys. They're good, clean racers. They laugh a lot when we're qualifying and stuff, and everybody's talking and having a good time. So I know everybody's enjoying themselves, and that's what makes me want to come back so bad, is the camaraderie between all of the drivers.
Absolutely, and well said. The community is fantastic here, and we love to hear that. And then, of course, a great shout out to your family there. I hope they enjoyed the broadcast as well. And hi, family. We love you. Thank you for the support. But again, great racing. And, well, I guess we'll have to see where all the dust settles at the end of the season with the standings. But great racing season from you as well.
Well, thank you. And I think I'm going to take a little rest now.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Gentlemen, so without further ado, last but definitely not least, we've talked to this guy a few times in this position here this season in the amateur division, and it is Petey. It was RWB Petey when he started, then it was FFR Flying Fox Racing Petey, and now I'm not sure where he's with, but nonetheless, Petey comes in really quick and really strong here again for a very solid P1 finish. So congratulations, and boy, what a fight for you to make it to where you made it today. Talk to us about your race a little bit, my guy.
What up? It's been a while. How everybody doing? Yeah, man. To be honest, I was so excited to get to this track. I was so excited to get to this track.
I have been interviewed quite a few times, so it's.
Well, yeah, I'm here. It's funny. But yeah, man, I was just really excited to finally get to a track, that I'm familiar with. Okay, I got it. I'm on the phone. I figured it out.
Talk us through the rest of your race as well.
Yeah, it was kind of sort of both. It was like I kind of wanted to be in front, but I kind of wanted to be behind because I wanted to see what lines he was running. As you can see, I gave him the signal light a couple times, but he didn't go for it. He just bumped me like, "No, you keep going." So I just stayed in front of him for as long as I could. But I mean, hey, it was a fun. That was fun. That was a fun race.
Yeah, absolutely. And then after the second series of pit stops, I mean, you have a sizable gap. You're about 10 seconds behind James with about 6, 7 laps to go. Are you thinking it's kind of dusted and done? You're just fighting for second place and trying to keep, obviously, Apex Heathen behind you because you're chasing him here for a championship. What's going through your mind at that point? Do you think that he's got enough fuel? Are you maybe considering that he isn't going to have fuel and he's going to stop again? What's going through your mind in the last 10 minutes of the race here tonight?
At first, I figured he was gonna go the whole rest of the stint, all the way to the finish with no more stops. And then I kind of seen he slowed down maybe like a half a second to a second on one lap. I was like, okay, he must be fuel saving somewhere along the straightaway somewhere. So when I seen him go in the pit, I just went full blast. And actually, the strategy that he then ran, I was gonna run that strategy, but I missed the pit. So I just stayed out for an extra couple laps, and then I was gonna try the one stopper, but I don't. It was just no. It's just the track burns way too much fuel. I was on the straightaways. I just put fuel. I just fuel save as much as I could in the straights. I mean, I was losing speed, and that's how everybody was catching up to me lap after lap. I was just saving gas on the straightaway.
Well, nonetheless, I mean, some varying strategies. Now, I did think you were actually going to try a one stop as well as James and a couple of the drivers there. But of course, as the laps were lingering on, and the time was lingering on, and we could tell that you weren't going to quite have enough. And I thought that it may have cost you the race win, but then James having to come in too and completely changed everything. So James comes into pit lane, and we got like 5 or 6 laps to go at this point. You got about a 6 second lead. How comfortable are you feeling at that point?
I mean, I was fine. I mean, for not getting too much practice, and I mean, I wanted to go 8, 8, 9. I think I ended up going 10, 7, 8. So it kind of worked out. And the second stop, I just didn't even take tires. I just did a little splash and go.
Absolutely, and it's about 6 seconds actually to take tires, so that was probably a good call by yourself and the crew there behind pit wall not to change up those tires because that would have most certainly put it you and James battling for the race win at the end of the race. So maybe deciding factor there for you tonight, not opting to take those tires on that final stop and just get the fuel you needed to finish out. But even at the end of the race there, you really burnt those tires out, making sure you were going to try to maintain that gap, and then you were starting to get low on fuel. Were you a little bit concerned you might have shorted yourself there?
Uh, yeah, I was. When I first came out, I was like, "Dag, I didn't get enough." I actually once I heard, because the AMG sounded like a huge horn and a bumblebee coming flying past you. You could just hear the echo and the pictures go. I was like, "Oh my god, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go."
Absolutely. So the fuel man maybe not quite ready to remove that tank, but you're saying too bad you're removing that tank. I got to go win a race
Gotta
here.
go, buddy, gotta go.
Absolutely. Well, nonetheless, that was a great race again. You battled hard. You had to battle through the mid pack there at one point after a pit stop. You had to battle very heavily with a bunch of those front runners. You guys had very great pace tonight. And at the end of the day, I mean, you're standing on the top of that podium for the last time here in season two. How does it feel?
Oh man, it feels awesome. Like I said, I've been waiting to race here for so long. I don't know if some of you older guys remember this game, but Tokyo Extreme Racer, yeah, all those years finally came in handy.
Absolutely. Ross Chastain, the old famous Chastain, moving NASCAR at the end of last season, contributing to video games. It's funny how everything always comes back to the old school racing games. Hey, ladies and gentlemen. But we love it, man. And, great racing from you all season long. Again, coming in just a little bit late into the season as well. Same thing for you. I think if you had a full season, I think really the top 5, 6 positions in these amateur standings would have been really close for a championship battle at the end of the season. So returning for season three, we think, for FOR.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I can't wait. I wish it was sooner.
Well, we love to hear that, but of course we got to give the organizers time to set everything up and give everybody a little bit of a breather. Let those poor pit crews have a break, go see their families. But we're glad to hear it. And shoutouts and thank yous, my man.
Oh man, first and foremost, I want to give you a shout out, man, because if I would have never cut on that stream that day and asked for the invite, I wouldn't be here. And I want to thank all the guys at FOR, all the teams out here flying, Fox, Apex, VPR, Stealth Racing, if any other teams. My mind's going 1,000 miles per hour. I was so excited for that one. I'm sorry. But thank everybody. I'm going to thank my girlfriend, being patient, giving me my little privacy time to do these races, man. Like a lot of stuff. Like I said, just thank everybody, man. Thank you guys. Everybody here, thank you.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate you. We love to hear the families get to show, because I mean, the family sacrifice for us to do this too, ladies and gentlemen, to take a couple hours away, and especially on a weekend, from our families to come and sim race and compete and have some fun with our friends. So, lots of love to the families from the drivers, and that's what we love to hear. So, it's been a great season. You've been a lot of fun to watch. The improvement I've seen out of you over the last few months has been incredible, and I'm super, super proud of what you've done so far this season in FOR here. So, congratulations on a great season, potting in some nice, good podium finishes and some wins for you this season. Good for the
Thank you.
confidence moving forward.
Yeah, very much so. And I want to like especially thank Heath and Rick James came in late. Thank him too. Who else is up there? Benjo was up there in a few races with me, pushing me. But everybody that has pushed me in every race, thank you guys. Oh, you too, Chip Reese. You were very, very fast in qualifying, man. I want to thank you too.
Absolutely. He was blazing fast at qualifying today there, Mr. Chip Reese, for sure. And, I mean, congratulations at the end of the day to all the drivers. They all put in a ton of work and time for this, but only 3 can step on podium every week. And tonight it was Apex Racing's Heathen, Rick James, and Petey. Petey is in the conversation for championship here. Drop rounds could put him right back in this conversation, so we'll just have to wait to see when the official announcements come out. But congratulations, great racing all season, and go and enjoy that victory with your family, my guy.
Thank you, man. Thank you guys again, man. I'm just gonna go ahead and celebrate, end my night off on a good note, end the season off on a good note. Thank you guys there, Flat Out Racing again. You two also at GTR Simulators. Thank you guys. GT45 Gaming, High Pre. Thank all you guys.
Hey, we appreciate you, my guy. Great racing all season. Can't wait to see you next season.
Thank you. Very excited. Can't wait, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there we have it. And boy, oh boy, what a race. What else can we say? Thank you, Amateur Division, for some great entertainment on a Saturday night. Or Sunday afternoon, I guess, for those maybe down in Australia. I think it's early morning or late morning over there as well. So wherever it is that you just tuned in from, I really hope you all enjoyed the absolutely intense racing action here from Flat Out Racing North America tonight. I'm at a loss for words. The guys put on an incredible show here. The amateur division has been our top division all season long. They've led the way for Flat Out Racing North America. And boy, did they set the stage for finale weekend here this weekend in round 10 for Tokyo Expressway. I want to express my gratitude to the amateur division. It's been an absolute pleasure to broadcast these guys all season long. It's been a ton of fun hanging out with these guys on and off the track. It's been a pleasure helping them out on the track as well. I've jumped in the Mercedes a few times and ran some laps for some of these guys to try and just show them some lines and show them how much speed is available in the car around that particular track. Thank you to the admin staff, of course, from our amateur division here. These guys, very professional on and off the racetrack this season, and really solid division. This is our lowest division here at Flat Out Racing North America, and they set the standards, and they should really be proud of themselves. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I know that the sponsors have enjoyed the racing here in the amateur division as well, and I also know that High Pre Graphics has enjoyed the racing here in the amateur division as well. Everybody's been watching. Everybody's been catching their eyes on these amateur divisions. Thank you for a absolutely great season of entertainment, amateurs. You deserve it. You've worked so hard for it. You put on some great racing. You're just as good as the rest of the divisions out there. Go out with your heads held high. Go into your next racing season, your next lobby, your next race with a lot of confidence, because you deserve it. You've earned it. You've all worked very hard, and you've all improved dramatically. We appreciate you all in the amateur division. Thank you to the viewers for coming in and supporting these guys. It means the world to these guys to have so many people coming in and cheering for them week in and weekend out. You guys make their days. This is why they do it. They put it all on the line for you guys tonight. I was in that chat with them, and I did hear them say that tonight's race was all for the fans. They didn't care who won. They didn't care who lost. They just wanted to put on a show, and boy, did they put on a show. So we're thankful for that. Fantastic racing here tonight at Flat Out Racing North America. Huge love to the sponsors, GTR Simulators and Apex Racing Team. Apex Racing merch available on the website in the link provided in the Facebook comments. Of course, on GT45 Gaming, the merch is still available for sale. I'm not sure how long it is available, but it is limited time now. So if you want your Flat Out Racing merch from Apex Racing Team, go get it while it's hot, ladies and gentlemen. Let's catch up on some comments here while we're doing our interviews. Ooh, Season 3 is spicy. What a really good race. P9 to P4. Yeah, says Benjamin. That's not exactly what he said, but we're friendly. family friendly. Top 3 for Payme. Awesome move, Smurf. One more. We got Miss You PD. Well done. LOL PD comms keep getting better and better. Go get them, Tim. Hey, we appreciate you, John. We really do appreciate you. We appreciate all the fans coming in and week out. Gonna head over to our YouTube or a flat out here and let's go catch up over there as well. P2, good race, mate. Now we have to do good tomorrow, says No Limit Busa. Hey, appreciate you. It was a great stream. Fantastic racing season. Thank you, GT45 and the entire FOR crew, says Merch. I got to tell you, man, lots of new faces this season here at FOR in the SAM division. Lots of familiar faces. There's some just great racing all year long. Really, really proud of these guys. I watch a lot of racing as a commentator. I see a lot of really high status drivers and a lot of high caliber drivers race, but it did not take away from what these guys did this season. They crushed it. Huge love to the AM division. Thanks everybody for coming in. If you haven't liked and shared the stream yet for us, if you wouldn't mind doing so, it's a free thing you can do for us. It helps us grow. It also helps us reach more people here from Flat Out Racing North America and of course GT45 Gaming. And it's free to do, again, like I said, so we do appreciate that extra support. And if you really want to catch more of stuff like this, more races with the commentary, more action on your big screen at home, hit that follow or that subscribe button, no matter what channel it is you're watching. Hit the little bell notification and turn on those live notifications. You'll never miss another racing moment here from Flat Out Racing North America or GT45 Gaming and the broadcasting team. We appreciate every single one of you. It has been a heck of a season. It's sad to see our amateur guys go, but in a few weeks' time, we'll be back with Season 3. And boy, oh boy, it's going to be an interesting Season 3 from what I'm gathering, folks. So stay tuned in the socials to find out more. We will announce when. We're going to announce all of our official finishers. We'll bring them in. We'll talk to them. We're going to bring in our sponsors, some of our officials from the league. We're going to have some chat with some of those guys at the end of the season as well. We're going to break the season down for our fans at the end of the season, and we're just going to put it all out there for you. So thanks for tuning in. I'm your host for the evening, GT45 Gaming. Stay winning, and most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, you matter. We'll see you tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for our Elite Division. Take care. We'll see you all soon.